And I think we are live. Hello, happy Wednesday, everybody, and welcome to episode 17 of The Dungeon Sphere! We had a hiatus last week, but we're back! So, since we weren't here last week, 2 weeks ago, here's what happened. Our team finished up the battle against the Quari spirits that somehow have been infiltrating the Dungeon Sphere and basically stalking Kanari like a terrible ex-lover person, and just not leaving her alone. Just like, give us your gate. Give us your gate. Yeah, that was a failed reference. Anyway, they had to team up with Zinnia and Colonel from Team Phoenix, as well as Devlin from Team Empyrean, and combining their forces, they were able to take down the Quari spirits pretty much with ease. There were weasels thrown and exploded. There were shields manifested. There was a lot of really cool moves happening during this beach day episode, which everybody wants a beach day episode. I just decided to throw a little twist into it. However, after that, they were a little unsettled. But despite that, they decided to make plans to re-enter the Dungeon Sphere's haunted realms, haunted lands, and seek out the next pieces of the puzzle of this level. They needed the soul coins, which may pay the toll to cross into death, and bring them to the Citadel in the mountains, and potentially face the Exoguardian. Who knows, this could all be a red herring. Maybe Team Phoenix planted the seeds of dissonance and chaos and betrayal. Or maybe they were actually being super helpful. Who knows?
No,
it's
they
all
hate
a game.
Us. We know they hate us. They've already told us they hate us.
They've
already told Umbrin several times they hate him.
Umbrin is just sad because Zinnia kept on referring to Kanari as the leader.
And Brent Locke was very rude to me.
Brent Locke.
Twice now their team has insulted me. That's the declaration of war.
I mean, they gave me a cigar, so Moxie's chill about it.
Yeah, they like you because you're flesh.
So they exited the checkpoint, that safe zone, and then reappeared in the Temple of Moradin because they could choose where they reappeared, which temple they had already previously cleared. And they managed to grab the soul coin from that temple and then embarked on a journey to the eastern side of the mountains in these haunted lands, and then took a slight curved path toward a structure that appeared to be another temple on the map, and potentially another place where a challenge door existed and another soul coin. However, as they were doing that, through this foggy, misty area, a big, dark structure appeared, and it was an adult black dragon, a terrifying beast, who was about to make them a quick snack, until Kanari opted to try and reason with the dragon. Once again, the promise of food avoided a crisis, and the adult dragon made them a deal. He did enjoy the idea of having some peons to serve him, because, you know, black dragons are kind of like that. Like, oh, serve me, please. I enjoy it.
I was going to say, Kanari's going to make him a snack, and then I realized that was probably not quite the right wording.
I don't know if black dragon would taste that good. A little acidic.
You know, I got that spice pouch. It'll be fine.
No, he do be looking like a snack, though.
That's right.
Salt, fat, acid, heat. We already got that acid.
Only when I went there. That's fine.
He instructed the team to go seek out a Froghemoth, or Froghemoth, however you pronounce it. I like Froghemoth, and return with frog legs, essentially, because apparently Froghemoths have tasty, juicy frog legs. And thus, Team Reaper begins today's journey, lost in the fogs of this little area of the haunted lands, seeking out the great beast and his juicy, juicy legs. And first, let's roll Arcana checks if you're proficient to see what you know about a Froghemoth.
Who wants guidance?
15.
I already rolled, so I don't know if I
Oh,
can.
okay.
I just did it.
Yeah, whatever.
And do you want to slap it on someone?
Kanar just walks up and slaps Rexel. Just no, she wouldn't do that.
Seeing
give you guidance,
Frexel begin to ponder that thinking face that he gets so often, Kanar slaps him across the face with a guidance.
The love tap.
Just like, oh yeah, that's a 19 total.
Wow.
19 total. All right, so what Umbrin and Vrexel will know is that a Froghemoth is a monstrosity that was kind of a product of experimentation, like a lot of monstrosities are. And actually in our Discord, I'm posting in the handouts what it looks like, just in case you didn't know. You know that they are hungry entities, constantly consuming, constantly looking for their next meal. They are revered by bullywugs, a frog-like people, and yeah, so that's kind of the extent of both of your knowledge. But then Vrexel specifically, you know that they tend to be as big as an elephant, if not bigger, and they have tentacles and a large mouth and 3 eyes. They aren't anything to be taken lightly, and can potentially cause some pretty big issues, such as swallowing you whole.
Yeah,
That's pretty much the extent.
So we're talking about frogs here. I just want to clarify for the group. Big frog, like, look, just if anybody's kind of doing this on the ground, like just managing our expectations here. This is going to be a big one.
Yes, well, depending on what the dragon said, it was either a large frog or a frog who was part moth. I wasn't completely sure which. A Froghemoth is what he said.
You're not wrong.
But
So,
big frog.
Emotions. Some
Now-
emotions about that.
Team
So
Reaper,
are we looking for a moth?
Team Reaper, you must do your best to try and find this frogmoth. Or you could just run away and try to find another temple. It's up to you.
Yeah, screw that.
I like to kill a giant frog, please.
Yeah, it might be therapeutic to fight something that isn't trying. Well, I mean, it probably will try to kill us. Most things try and kill us.
Yeah, it will.
Yes, that's the point of the dungeon sphere.
Okay, let's not be sassy now.
Okay, if
I'm
we're
sorry,
not
I'm
being
lashing
sassy,
out.
what are we?
Well, I don't know. I'm used to Vrexel, or not Vrexel. God, I do this every time.
Who are you?
I don't know. Vrexel just, it's a very good gnome name, but for some reason my brain's just like, oh yeah, the Warforged. Vrexel. You know the one.
That's why we have name tags and we switch them every once in a while just to mess with
You're
Kanari.
How can you forget Vrexel, McPuffet, Vrexel,
John
Fontansky,
Sagenstein.
You got it.
Fontansky, McPuffet, Sagenstein, I can't remember
McPuffet.
what number you
There's
are.
no number in his name.
No number.
Oh, okay. I want
am
to say
an
the
original.
Unless you want to call him the first, assuming there'll be more of them.
fifth. The first.
I mean, he is
Proposing
proposing
to a
to
lot of
everybody.
people.
Yeah.
Let's make baby Rexel.
Oh God. Okay. So we're trying to find this Froghemoth. Would I be able to look around, see if there's any tracks? I know the dragon gave us a general direction where it is in the fog, but is there a good way to can I use survival or something like that to track it down?
Yeah, with the information that Umbrin and Vrexel were able to tell you, you would know that you would want to head towards moister areas. This entire area is kind of moist, but if you were to go further into the damper, more swampier regions, you'd have a greater chance. So, with that knowledge in mind, you can perform a survival check to see if you can find a direction.
I'm gonna guide myself. Actually, how would the spell slots do? Oh, okay. Huh? Ooh. That is an 18.
So you are able to kind of assess the mosses of this area and other sort of indicators of dampness and directionality, and you're starting to realize that if you were to head in maybe the southwestern direction, you might be heading towards a good spot. Upon your travels, you're able to find yourself a sort of stony path with some overgrown patches. It seems to be old and hasn't been traveled in quite some time. And there's even some ruins along the sides of this pathway.
As we are walking, Umbren would like to tug on Kanari's sleeve, just kind of like pull her to the back of the group. And may I steal a moment of your time?
Sure. I mean, looks like Moxie's leading charge with Brain. Actually, it looks like they're both power walking.
Yep.
How? You just see Moxie just like trying to pull Brain out of the way.
Moxie's in a race but forgot to tell anyone else.
Very on brand for both. What's up, Umbren?
I wanted to apologize for what happened back there.
In the checkpoint, or
With the dragon. I shouldn't have to put the burden on you to get us out of situations like that. I'm trying to lead, but what Zinnia said is still eating at me. She's right. I'm no leader of this team.
well, we all depend on each other for a variety of different things. You have more knowledge about the inner workings of society than most of us do, especially with the houses. You, for all intents and purposes, who cares what a wizard from a competing team is going to say about you? She doesn't get to define you. She doesn't get to define what our team is. And honestly, even though I like talking to people, what I'm here for is not to, I don't mean to take over anything. I'm here. I just want to make sure everybody gets through okay.
I shouldn't have to rely on you, though. This is the second, third, fourth time maybe that you've had to save us because I couldn't think fast enough to come up with something. I've never met a problem I couldn't just assassinate away, and it's... Kanari, I think I'm sad. Not the memory of it, but I think I feel sadness.
Okay. I mean, feelings are meant to be felt. They exist for a reason. And it's probably, you said the crystal that's inside of you. Have there been any, do you think it's coming from that? Is it coming from just feeling frustrated by the sphere? I mean, I know we're all, hell, I cried into Brina's shoulder earlier today. It would have been Moxie's, but Brina just got there first. And I mean, honestly, Brina gave some pretty good advice. Sadness doesn't go away. It can come and go. The presence of sadness makes happiness all the more present. You're able to tell with those things. You can't have something without the other. Things constantly exist in a balance, and if you're always happy or deny the feelings of sadness, you don't process them. It might be what's causing you to freeze. And that just leads to this constant cycling of feeling frustrated with yourself, and that's too much burden to put on yourself. We all have to depend on each other here. We are a team. And honestly, no team can function without all of its members. We all cover for each other when we're not feeling up to par, and that is completely natural because we know the other person's going to be there to help pick us back up. I mean, I'm happy to sit and talk with you at night. I don't have to go to bed right away. If anything, it's weird for me to be up all hours of the day. Not really used to it.
Do you need someone to talk to though? You said you cried. I didn't know about that.
I think I've cried most nights we've been here.
Is that not a burden on you? Does
I cry a
excessive
lot.
sadness makes people exhausted, doesn't it?
Well, yeah. This whole sphere is exhausting. I cry most nights because it's my way of processing. You know, I tend to just take a breath, and I'd rather let go of that emotion so I can move forward and greet the next day with some sense of, I don't know, coming back to who I am. There's almost an inherent sadness with the night that people don't talk about. I mean,
I never knew that.
Maybe it hits more for me just because I haven't seen stars the entire time we've been in here, not real ones. Stars are meant to bring the sense of like joy and comfort. It's why I do most of the work I do back in Shield City at night. It's what stars, you can look up and you can see something. You know that there is something else bigger than you. It helps kind of put things in perspective for me. But in here, I don't see that. That doesn't ground me every night. I kind of get it when I do the Twilight Sanctuary, but it's not the same. You know, all these same things that I've built around me, you know, they're not here. I have you, I have Moxie, I have Frexel, I have Brenda. I have myself. We all have each other, but it's learning how to adapt to that situation. Nothing is ever going to be perfect, and I think me crying is a better way to let out those emotions than me bottling it up. Because if I just kept constantly holding it in, it just wouldn't. I would feel miserable all the time. And me being miserable in here doesn't do any of us any good. Because ultimately that just makes me feel like I'm letting you all down. So I just learned how to, I learned how to cry, and I learned how to kind of let that go. It's part of my evening prayers. It's processing. And I'm happy to talk with you. It's good to talk to other people. It's good to rely on other people. Braina really made me realize that.
I'll think about it. Thank you, Kanari.
Absolutely.
And I promise to try harder. I don't want to disappoint any of you.
You could never disappoint me. The only way you could disappoint me is if you murdered me. And at that point, you're kind of expecting me to come back. It's kind of hard, but...
And suddenly you're interrupted by a loud croak from somewhere in the mist, in the fog. This dense fog that's almost obscuring your vision beyond 60 feet. You just hear a deep...
I think we're getting close, guys.
Eyes up.
One last thing. You can never disappoint me, Kanari. I chose you on this team. I chose all of you. So...
Well, and I
you feel the
accepted
ground
it,
shake beneath your feet.
Oh,
make those
fuck
choices
this.
count. Shadow Blade, let's go.
I give him a high five. And
I tried to high five with my Shadow Blade. I was like, oh, not that hand, that one. There we go.
we just patty cake. Just...
The fog seems to get even denser, and your vision becomes more and more obscured. And it's hard to see beyond even 30 feet at this time.
I just want to make sure I remember correctly. We only short rested after the beach battle, right?
That is correct.
Okay, thank you.
Ribbit. Ribbit. These are wonderful frog noises, by the way. Realistic
Got
and
her-
amazing.
Got her shield and warhammer at the ready.
Moxie's ready with her. She's got the guns out, but that's just what she calls her fists sometimes.
Oh, I don't think I used any resources on the big fight.
I did.
Oh, I
The
did.
fog gets even denser and denser, and it's almost suffocating in how thick it is around you. And I'm actually going to draw some fog on the battle map.
Ooh.
Oh, I was hoping you were saying you were going to draw the frog. I was like, let's see that frog.
You know, my
that
art
frog.
skills are so great. My art skills are wonderful.
It would
That's
look
the
like
best part of it.
it would look like Dave drew it for us.
Dave
Dave's
is a
like,
wonderful
"Here's the
artist.
frog."
Dave made a very detailed map.
Yeah, it was a really good one. So
All right. So now, everyone, if I can direct your attention to the battle map.
is there any?
We're power walking.
Yeah, is there any way to tell like sort of which way that it might be coming from, the croaking, or it just kind of sounds all around us?
At first, it sounds all around you. The ground seems to rumble beneath your feet from some undetermined source. But if you are proficient in perception, maybe you can determine.
Lucky
I'm
for
not.
me, I am.
That's me.
Soon.
So,
23.
14.
all right. So with a 23, unfortunately, the 14 won't cut it. On the battle map, we'll just picture, clocks. 12 o'clock is straight ahead, so
Mhm.
north, and then
Yeah.
6 o'clock is south. And so you seem to be hearing it from around 10:30, 11 o'clock.
So like here-ish.
Yeah.
Moxie is going to sort of like motion that way. She's not gonna yell out, but she's gonna motion sort of like that it seems to be coming from this direction.
And as you motion out, roll initiative.
Oh,
I think I put Vigilant Blessing on. Actually, we'll say I put it on Umbrin, actually, because of the high five.
so sweet.
Mm.
Oh,
I will re-roll that one.
no.
No.
Something slightly better.
All right. So did anyone get above a 20? How about 15 through 20?
18.
16.
What was that, Umbrin?
16.
6.
I went from a 1 to a 12.
What a jump.
What a jump.
And Pretzel, you were gonna say something?
12 for Vrexel.
Okay.
I
All right.
also got a 12.
Who wants to go first? Moxie, what'd you get while they're deciding?
I think I also got a 12. I was trying to check and make sure that
Oh no.
my initiative was a 4, and it is.
How do we do this?
I
Rock, paper,
feel
scissors.
like it'd be
Rock,
Moxie,
paper, scissors.
Vrexel, Kanari.
Boulder
Yeah.
fights and cheaters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Moxie's the one that noticed the sound first.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
And Frexel's a little closer up, and
Alright.
Canary and Umbrin were having feels. I said
Feeling.
feeling circles are a good thing.
I've been holding on to these feelings for 2 weeks. I've been
Okay.
wanting to do this scene.
Mhm. We'll have some good feeling circle time
All
later.
right. Unfortunately, things begin to happen a little too quickly, catching most of you by surprise. But not Moxie. As the Froghemoth bursts through the fog, you see this massive hulking creature with a large gaping mouth, a long tongue that seems to be stretching out, flicking back and forth, 3 large frog-like eyes on a sort of alienoid-looking set of, I don't even know what to call them, stalks, and 4 tentacles and 2 large frog legs. It begins charging forward, its mouth agape, its tentacles flaring all over the place, and it is going to... Moxie, you seem ready and prepared because you saw it. As soon as you had pointed in that direction, it burst through the fog, and it's going to take its turn. While Brayna and Umbrin are surprised. So Brayna, you go first. You're surprised, so your turn ends, but that means that you can take reactions. Umbrin, same with you. Your turn ends, but you can now take reactions. Vrexel Kanara, you can't take reactions until your turn ends. And then a Froghemoth comes through, and one of its tentacles lashes out at Brayna. It is a 20-foot reach.
Oh, dang. That's a lot reach.
A big tongue.
I've not raged yet.
And so one of its tentacles flares out, attempts to hit Brayna.
To that mouth. Ew.
And that is actually 16 on the die.
Meaning...
No, I mean 16 roll, 6 on the die. That means it misses.
yes, it misses.
The next
plus 10.
the next tentacle is going to lash out at Vrexel.
Ooh.
That is also a 6.
Hey.
Oh wait, it's a surprise, and it was unseen in the fog, so it actually
It
has
has advantage.
All right, so both of those 6s go towards Brayna. So Brayna, you miss, and then that is a 17.
Hey, Dad, please
Plus
don't eat my gnome again.
So that is 27.
Oof. Yeah.
The tentacle wraps around Vrexel and your spider-bot armor,
Yeah.
and it will deal 15 bludgeoning damage as it sort of wraps around you and squeezes, and you are now grappled.
Oof, oof. Is this the one where I make a strength save, or is that just a yoink? Does this just happen?
You're automatically grappled on a hit, but if you are on your turn, you can use your action to attempt to break out of it.
Okay. Oh, I was thinking of the tongue thing. Never mind. All right. Cool.
So,
cool.
Wrong. Boop, boop. Wait, go away. I was gonna draw a little tentacle.
Wow.
That is a great tentacle, everybody. You were tentacled.
Wait, is it a tentacle or is it a tongue?
A tentacle.
Okay.
But speaking of its tongue,
Oh, good.
I don't have reaction. Oh,
I've
no.
accidentally spoken it into existence. I'm sorry.
its tongue is going to shoot out at a creature within 20 feet of it. Umbrin. So tentacle, tongue. Umbrin, I need you to make a DC 18 strength saving throw. It just automatically hits your chest.
I couldn't try to shield. Yeah. That's an 11.
As it hits your chest, the stickiness of this tongue sort of just wraps around your front and then pulls you to a place within 5 feet of it. So it goes and then catches you, pulls you in, and then it uses its bonus action to make a bite against you.
Oof.
That is a natural 20. Oh no.
Guardian Emblem.
Yeah.
All right. So
Woo!
as this creature's about to get a very insane hit upon you, as you were surprised and drug in by this tongue, the Guardian Emblem flares up, and a burst of light seems to distract it just enough for it to not land quite a massive hit upon you. And this wooden Warforged boy who just started confessing true emotions. First takes 18 plus 6, 24 piercing damage as it bites down on you with its sharp teeth, digging into your wooden exterior. And then it swallows you. So it bites down and then rears its head up and tosses you into the air, and then you fall into its gullet. Swallowed. While you are swallowed, you are blinded and restrained, but you have total cover against attacks and other effects outside the Froghemoth.
Oh no.
That's
Sweet.
a plus.
So I'm sorry. How much damage did it do after I canceled the natural 20?
24, right?
24.
Holy shit!
Ooh.
Okay, wow. Oh god.
It wouldn't have dropped me. Oh no, it would have dropped me.
Oh, between like the one, I think the only other time I've used this was during the Fomorian fight. Like
Yeah,
when
on
I
Rexel.
nearly smushed Rexel.
And you had to go to the bathroom, and we had
Yeah.
to wait for you to come back.
I had to be so bad.
If a Froghemoth could look disappointed by the flavor of what it just ate, it has a disappointed look on its face. Like, what was that? It tastes like wood. What? This
Sure
is supposed to
was.
be flesh.
Dev, just in
So it
the
just means
interest
that he
of
wants more. Yes.
just in the interest of being fair,
Yeah.
technically I need to have a reaction to expend the charge for the Guardian Emblem.
Well, bye guys.
Oh no.
No.
Let's say, just for the sake of the narrative, let's say that your passive perception was enough for you to sort of key in on it, even though your passive perception is worse than Moxie's.
Listen, once I get proficiency, well, I have plans once we hit
You-
the next
you
ability
feel
scoring
It's
increase.
coming.
Feel
Don't worry.
inspired. You feel inspired by your friends who just confessed their emotions to you.
Umbrin shared in the feeling
Feeling.
circle.
Yeah, it was literally like the tongue stuck on Umbrin, and you saw Umbrin's face or eyes widen, looking back at you. Probably whispered, "Kanari," and then whoop. And then Moxie's turn.
Okay, cool. And I get to take an actual turn, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Full turn.
Okay. Let me get back to Owlbear really quick. I was looking at my stats. Okay, so I want to go possibly to here. I don't really know. I can't see, but Moxie's gonna. Can you unfog some of this area for me?
Yeah, of course. Because you asked so nicely.
Thanks. I think I was here. I think I put myself here. I have plenty. Okay, well, I was close, but I'll go here. That's where I needed to be. Okay, so as my action, I am going to use actual radiant consumption. So Moxie is now radiating bright light in a 10-foot radius and dim light for 20. So hopefully that'll help us all see a bit. I don't know how to denote that, but
Yeah, as the burning radiant consumption sort of emanates off of you, the fog seems to burn away. And so the area that you were now is revealed for all of your teammates because there's no way for me to differentiate between players.
sweet. Okay, and that's kind of all that does at the moment. And then I'm gonna use a key point to do
Yeah.
Fury of Blows because I can't do my second attack. So, oh wait. Oh, that does say that Fury of Blows has to be after I take the attack action.
It does, yeah.
Okay.
Actually,
hang on
just,
one second.
Listen to the Critical Role episode where Beauregard had to be reminded of that.
Yeah. Shoot. Okay. Let me.
cat noises.
Trixie is being very needy for some reason.
I understand, Trixie. I understand.
What a move.
Okay, so instead, I'm still using the 1 key point. So it's that's part of the action. Damn it! I don't think I can do anything else. I think that was kind of all I could do at this turn.
All right.
Give me just a second. I'm gonna make sure. Boo. Okay, I guess that's all I'm gonna be able to do this turn.
All right. So that is 3 radiant damage, right?
Yes.
To you and the Froghemoth.
Well, so that's really. Yes. So everyone also maybe just stay 10 feet away from Moxie.
She calls out, "Hey, probably stay 10 feet away." As you all look, and she's like a burning bright point in the darkness.
Yeah, her eye. There's a bunch of light spilling out of her eyes and her mouth and all the scars on her face. It's a really good time.
The Froghemoth's side that you are on starts to steam a little bit from the radiant burns that are accumulating.
And luckily, Umbrin's protected inside.
Yeah, luckily, so lucky.
Man, this game is getting better and better.
All right, so after Moxie, it is Rexel. So your turn ends, and then Kanari, it's your turn. Your turn ends, and now we're back to Brena. And no one is surprised anymore.
Okay, here's what I'm doing. I am not happy that Umbrin is eaten. So I'm going to come here, and I'm going to use the blood maul instead of my normal maul. And question, is the special thing on it, do I have to announce it before I attack, or can I do it after I hit?
It has to be before you attack. It's kind of like you have to charge it up as you're striking. Yeah.
Yeah, as I grab it.
It's no Paladin's Divine Smite.
As I grab it, my hand is slide along the blade, and I empower it, and I lose take 10 hit points of damage.
So this blood maul that you got from the ancient vampire god leeches blood from you. You feel like some pricks into your hand as the blood sucks away, and then the maul, red lines of glowing power stretch from where you're grabbing it to the base of its handle, all the way up to the actual maul part, and it's almost steaming as well from the power that you've now placed in it.
Cool. And I'm flanking. Yeah? Yeah. Okay. Ew. Advantage.
Seems to be distracted by the burning radiance behind it, enough to give you advantage from this flanking.
It's only 15 on the first hit.
And that hits.
Oh, hits!
Yeah.
Neato.
Large, fleshy creatures usually have low AC, but make up for it with other factors.
Oh, dang it. I forgot to say that I raged. Can I say that I would have...
I just sort of assumed that you raged.
Yeah, okay, rage. I was like, I forgot to say
You
it.
did say that you're upset that your buddy Umbrin
Yeah.
got swallowed, so...
Ooh, almost max. 11 plus 2 is 13, plus 7 is 20, plus 5 is 25 points of damage on the first attack, and I'm trying to get him to throw up Umbrin.
Nice.
With 25 points of damage. On my first
Yeah,
attack.
so you strike him in the stomach, where you think like a key point would be to get him to regurgitate. You and your siblings have attempted this many a times on each other, so you kind of know right where to strike.
Get him in the gullet.
So let me do the math first, because that's hard. And then, so you hear Umbrin from inside. You're not deafened, so you hear like a boom and then it starts making like noises. And let's see if it can hold down its food. It has a +9 to Constitution saving throws.
Oh.
So it needs to
good
roll
know.
an 11
Yeah.
or higher. or 11. All right.
Rough.
It rolled a 16. So it seems to swallow, and Umbrin, you stay within this creature's form. Now, what else would you like to do?
My second attack.
Yeah.
I'm going to imbue more into it.
By the way,
Damage.
it'll usually that's at the end of the turn, but I kind of just did it for the flavor. But it won't do that again if you strike it again with that same amount of damage or more.
Okie dokie. Still trying to get him dead, though.
Oh yeah, dead him up.
That's a 22 to hit.
Yep.
Oh, that is much worse. 3 plus 7 is 10, plus 2 is 12, plus 5 is 17 damage on my second hit.
Not bad.
And that's my turn.
All right. So once you are done, Umbrin, it is now your turn. You had already established that your Shadow Blade was up, but did you make a Constitution saving throw to see if it maintains?
Oh, I did
yeah.
not.
It has to be a 12 or higher.
It's an 8. Plus 6.
All right. Oh, plus 6.
No, not plus
I was
6,
scared
plus
for a
5.
second. Yeah, so it remains up. So you are within this creature with your Shadow Blade active. You are restrained, so you have disadvantage, even though you're inside, simply because it's so hard to like move around enough to get the thrust that you need.
Did we deem that the Puppet Master's Embrace was a concentration thing for Umbrin?
Let me double check. What a start about you can
A lot of stuff. I think we said that it wasn't.
It's essentially as long as it's stunned.
Yeah. So I'm going to look up to what I hope is this creature's brain and hope it has a brain. And say quietly to myself, since none of my friends can hear my great witty comments, don't like the taste, got something you're really not going to like. And I'm going to throw the strings at it and try to embrace it.
So you can't really see its brain, but you can sort of reach parts of its nervous structure. So as your puppet strings sort of like wiggle out of your fingers, they creep along almost like parasites, seeking the points in which they can really affect this creature's movements and take over.
Saving throw.
And Froghemoths are notoriously charismatic. Diplomats, every single one of them.
I was assuming so.
So, that was a 17 on the die. And it has a -3, so that is 14.
FL!
Nice.
So, while inside, this creature, Umbrin, takes control of it. It starts attaching to its nervous systems, and all of you seem to like see this Froghemoth freeze up before your eyes.
And I had hoped that it would be bonus actions to command creatures, but it actually is an action to command it, which sucks super bad for me. So I will use my bonus action to take a health potion, because I'm positive this thing is still going to be attempting to digest me while I'm in here.
Yeah, over the course of your turn, the digestion seems to burn away at the exterior of your skin, and you take 8 acid damage.
Cool. All right. So I heal 6 and I take 8.
So net loss of 2. You do need to do another Constitution saving throw to maintain Shadow Blade.
Trying to beat a 10 or half the damage I took.
Yep, just 10.
Okay. Well,
So it's either half the damage or 10.
That's a 12. So.
All right, so you are all good. The Shadow Blade is still up. And any bonus actions? Because that was your action, right?
Yes. I use my bonus action to take my health potion.
Oh, the health potion. Yeah, I forgot that happened.
The embrace is the action. The bonus action is
So it is now the Froghemoth's turn. Yeah.
If it tries
So-
to hit anyone that's not me, disadvantage.
Nice.
All right. So it is stunned. So it actually loses its turn, and then it does repeat the charisma saving throw. It's stunned by this Puppet Master's Embrace. It creates a stunned effect, and while they're stunned, then Umbran can manipulate.
And it does not make the saving throw again after being hit, only at the end of its turn.
Nice.
So wallop it. So at the end of his turn, it fails, and is now still frozen before your eyes. It's still grappling Vrexel because it's just frozen. It hasn't like completely just blurred. Yeah. So after its turn is done, it is now Moxie's turn.
Okay. We're gonna do some punching. So I find my punching numbers.
Punching, I'm pretty sure with advantage.
Yeah.
Stun
So
condition.
much advantage.
All the advantage.
It automatically
didn't help
fails
me at
strength
all.
and dex saves, and attack rolls have advantage.
Well, I rolled a 5 and a 6, so I think even the 6 would be a 14.
14 is its armor class, so you hit.
Aha! It did help. All right. Oh, dice, you failed me. So that's gonna be 6 damage for that punch, plus an extra 6 radiant because I'm blinding light.
So how much total was that?
That's gonna be 12.
Bet. I was replying to somebody in the chat when you said that.
And then I'm gonna attack again. Oh no! Oh gosh, I'm dropping all my dice. All right. Well, that one's part of the floor now. Okay, so that's better. That's gonna be an 18. And that's better too. So that's gonna be. That one will be 9 damage.
All right.
And then I'll go ahead and use a key point to do more attacking. That's a natural 20.
Ooh.
Oh!
Yeah.
So yep, just roll everything as normal, and then you just double whatever the damage is.
Okay, so that's gonna be I can math. 8 damage, so 16 damage.
Yep.
And I'm gonna go ahead and spend an extra key point to do a little bit more damage.
The necrotic.
Yeah, so that's gonna be 9 damage. I don't think I double that one though, right?
If it's on the critical hit, then yes, you do.
Oh, then okay, so that'll be 18 for the 18 necrotic damage. And because I used Hand of Harm, he's now poisoned
Ooh.
until
Can
the
you-
end of my next turn.
Can you poison a frog?
I don't know.
Can you poison a frog? Jerome whispers in your ear, yes.
He can
Thanks,
speak?
Jerome. Didn't
All
know
right,
you could
then.
talk now, bud.
Things are getting trippy inside of this Froghemoth.
Oh, I get it. It's acid.
But Jerome is safe, by the way. He's tucked inside your shirt, safe away from the
Jerome is
acid
always
damage.
safe.
Shall always.
I would
be
open
safe.
up my chest cavity and put Jerome inside me if I needed to keep him safe. Right alongside the blood well vial and my actual beating crystal heart.
All right, so another 3 radiant damage to both you and the Froghemoth.
Oh wait,
and...
I had one more attack.
Oh, did
with
you?
the Fury
Okay.
of Blows. Yeah, because I get to
She's
attack
not
4
done.
times. It's okay. I rolled everything already, so I got a 15 on the dice, and then I rolled 9 damage.
All right.
Plus now the 3 to both myself and the
Yep.
frog.
So even though it's stunned, it begins to like retch a little bit, making those terrible noises. However, it swallows, and Umbran
Oh god.
maintains his position within this giant Froghemoth.
Okay.
All right. And then after that is now Vrexel's turn. Vrexel's grappled, so your movement speed is 0, but you can do everything as normal.
Noticing it's stunned, Rexel's just going to unload with the lightning launcher. Ranged attacks with advantage, yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
All attacks?
I thought so. I just wanted to make sure. First one's a 16 total to hit. Second one, it's also gonna hit with a 19. So Rexel will add the extra d6. It can do once per turn. Let's see what we get here. Ooh, that's pretty good. 13. Total of 23 points of lightning damage. And can't move anywhere.
Go ahead and roll me a perception check as you do that.
10.
Something seems a little off about this attack, but you're not sure.
All right. Yeah, Rexel's got a lot kind of going on right now, so not much. Bonus action is going to reach down for the hammer that is infused with the radiant weapon and use bonus action to get some additional light in here. So it's bright light for 30 feet and dim light for an additional 60. Just really try and make sure we're not going to get snuck up on by anything else.
And suddenly, Team Empyrean appears.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Turns
Empyrean is
against
friendly.
you. Turns against
That
you.
is true.
Just kidding.
God.
So that and can't move. So that's it for Rexel.
All right, so now it is Kanari's turn.
Woohoo! I'm gonna move here, I think, just for fun. But action to channel Divinity Twilight Sanctuary, just to get that up and running so we don't die. I have them, so there they are. So action to do that, bonus action to summon Spiritual Weapon. And I think I want to put it right over in this space right here.
Bam!
Perfect.
A glistening twilight frying pan appears.
I'll give you something to chew on. That's a natural 20.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh!
I want to smack
Wow.
it. I know it's not
So
its
natural
like
20s against-
but I just want to like smack it almost like I'm giving it the Heimlich maneuver. Oh, god damn it. Okay. Well, rolled a 1 on the damage dice, so that kind of defeats the purpose of the natural 20.
Uh-huh.
But that's what, 1 plus 10 points of force damage.
All right, Gio. It's still up. It's maybe it would be staggering if it wasn't stunned, probably. And is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, just gonna roll. Ooh, I get 12 temporary hit points.
That's a lot.
Yeah, I rolled max on a d6.
At
So.
the end of your turn, it is back to Brayna.
Okay. That's a whacking. More. 18 plus 10. So that's good. 7, 9, 16. 16 points of damage on the first hit. Looking for them crits and they're just not coming. Another 18 plus 10.
A third crit. Not coming.
No,
That's so sad.
No, I'm looking for them. They're not coming. I want them.
So sad.
I did dice wars and everything to get the good dice and nothing. 8 plus 2 is 10, plus 7 is 17. 17 points of damage for that one.
Anything else?
I didn't get him to try to throw up.
Oh, that's at the end of the turn.
Oh, okay. That's my turn.
So, at the end of that turn, he starts going, and it seems almost it's not moving as it does this as much, but its mouth sort of opens up a little bit, and Umbrin, you feel this rush of bile and goo and stuff from inside, and Umbrin, you are squirted out the top of this Froghemoth's mouth, and you sort of like spin through the air, the strings still attached to him but through his gullet, and the goo and the bile and everything seems to coat Brayna as it's coming down, and you land. Oh, you're not large. You land within 5 feet of it, within 10 feet of it, right here. Prone. You were prone, but alive and now out of this beast's stomach.
Absolutely disgusting.
How is Umbrin looking right now?
If he could be bloodied, he would be bloodied.
You see, like, parts of Umbrin's attire having been melted away, little bits of his wooden exterior having the varnish almost acidically eroded away.
His shirt is ripped, and about his midsection you can see like splintered chunks of wood.
Ooh. Yeah.
From where he got bit by a frog.
Oh, thank goodness. Now I can go back to my normal stuff. That was all to get you out of there, Umbrin.
Oh, thank goodness, yes.
All right. So once Brayna is done, temporary hit points, of course, and then
12.
Umbrin, it is now your turn
hit
again.
points. Oh my goodness.
I know, I found my favorite D6.
So, for attack-wise, are things allowed to continue to do their multi-attack?
What do you mean?
Me controlling creatures to make them hit themselves. I'm gonna have this thing wail on itself.
Let's check the text. One action. So one action for a creature with multi-attack is multi-attack.
Cool.
Can it currently multi-attack because I hit it with lightning damage?
Excuse you,
So,
Jacob. Are
like,
you
multi-attack
reading up
is an
on
act-
Froghemoth?
The DM in me is just too. I mean, Vrexel doesn't know this, and it's going to work against our favor. But I wanted to check in before we have it beat itself up that much.
Yeah, while stunned with Umbrin's ability, Umbrin can choose what it does on its turn, can make it move up to its full movement, and use one action, but not a bonus action.
Gotcha. Nice. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna have this thing unwrap its tentacles from around Rexel. I'm gonna have it start wailing on itself,
Yeah.
All right.
punching itself in the face. Do you have to roll to hit yourself?
Kind of. It does have to get past its thick exterior in terms of the amount of force behind its blows.
Does it do so with advantage because it's stunned?
No. But it will make a solid hit against itself with one of its tentacles. Boom, and my head hit the ground. That's a TikTok reference. Da-da-da-da. So go ahead and roll that psychic damage that it takes as you channel your psychic energy through it.
Takes an extra
And
4
it's-
points of psychic damage.
All right, on top of 18, so that's 24 total damage. And its second attack actually doesn't go at a good enough angle to hit hard enough to get past his armor class, because I rolled a 1 on that die.
Eh.
And it then can also use its tongue or bite. It can't bite itself or tongue itself.
It can
But you
smack
can-
itself in the face with its 20-foot tongue.
Can you bite his tongue? Like off?
Can I attempt to make this thing bite its tongue off?
You know what? Why not? So you have it stick its tongue out, and it makes a bite against its tongue. But it rolled a 5, and that hits. So
Stupid thing. It also takes an extra 3 points of psychic damage.
9, 12. So that is 15. And thus, its turn comes to an end. Let's see if it breaks out.
Brutal.
It seems as though, based on the amount of damage it's taken and all that, it focuses just enough, rolling a 20 on the die, to break its restraints, and your strings snap and your hands fall back. But that's the end of his turn, so now it's back to Moxie.
Yeah, me.
That's the end of my turn, and it was his turn. Yes, when his turn stopped. Go ahead.
Umbrin gets 9 temporary hit points.
Oh, thank you so much. I will need them.
Okay, so I'm gonna just be regular attacking, and I rolled another 20.
Oh my god.
Same dice. It's doing wonders for me today. Oh, that one's now going into dice jail. So that's gonna be a 6. So 12 damage, and I'll go ahead and use a key point to do some Hand of Harm with that. Try with this. Nah, not much better. So that's gonna be 10 damage with the necrotic. All 3 of you are going into dice jail for now.
All right.
And then I'm gonna roll again to attack. Wow, thank goodness. I rolled a 1 and an 18. So
Since it's no longer stunned, you don't have advantage because of the stun, but you do have it because of the flanking.
okay, I was gonna say I figured it was still flanking. So
Yeah.
oh, where's my character sheet? So yeah, so it's an 18 on the dice plus 8. Wow. So that's gonna be 7 damage.
All right.
And then I will go ahead and use a key point to do Fury of Blows for even more attacking. Wow, maybe not. It's a 13. So that doesn't hit, right?
Actually,
Uh-huh.
oh no, it
Okay.
does. It doesn't hit.
Okay. But but a 14 hits, right?
Sneeze.
Bless you.
The 14
What?
hit.
Yes.
No, I'm not gonna do that. Okay, I'm just gonna attack again. Maybe. So a 15 plus 8 on that dice. Okay, that's better. And then that'll be 10 damage. And
All right.
then 3 to each of us.
Yep.
And do I get any temporary hit points?
You get 9.
How many?
9.
Sweet.
All right. Once Moxie is done, it is now Vrexel's turn.
All right. Seeing Umbrin in his state, Vrexel will scooch forward and tap Umbrin with a 2nd level Cure Wounds.
Oh.
Rolled a 7 and an 8, so that's 20 points.
Ooh.
Do you tap, or do you have like little mechanisms come out and like start spraying wood varnish back on him?
Yes, I love that. It's like, oh, let me just polish that up right here.
It's just lemon pledge.
Yeah. There's a little like swirly thing that like polishes.
Like that
He made it
scene
especially
from
for
My Life
you.
as a Teenage Robot when she goes to the shop.
Yeah.
Later, like she's a motorcycle.
My life as a teenage wooden warforged.
Like some citrusy scented cleaner, just like. Psh, psh, psh.
She's an air
Incredible.
freshener on it.
New
Take-
card.
takes the
Alright, so that's your action.
as an airplane, almost.
I was like, wait, what is that?
Is it flying directly into your house? Jeez.
Alright, I think we're good. Rexel will take the currently inanimate Sora and just like air freshener, just like hang it on Umbrin and then back up. Wanting to get away. So wait, I moved 5, so then 10, 15, 20, 25. Sure, 30, full 30 feet. Cause those tentacles were no fun.
Actually,
Not stunned anymore.
since it's not stunned anymore,
Yeah,
and
go
you
for
were
it.
within its reach,
Yeah, go for
it
it.
actually sees you turn, and one of its tentacles will lash out at you.
Not again,
At
not again.
disadvantage, please.
Disadvantage.
Yeah.
And that is an 11 on the die, so there's 21 to hit. So you turn to scuttle away, and
Yeah.
the tentacle actually wraps around you as you try to make your escape.
All right.
Once again, grappling you and dealing.
Oh god, this could be bad actually.
12 damage.
Okay.
Dealing
That's
6 damage.
6 damage.
Ooh. However, as a reaction to its reaction, I will activate the light hammer that I lit up last turn, expend a charge, and it has to make a con save to not be blinded by the hammer.
It has a disadvantage on ability checks. I don't know if that's what this is, but I just want to remind you. Because
Oh,
it's
the
poison
poison.
still, yeah.
Oh, poisons. It's a
Hand of
saving
harm.
throw.
I know it's
So-
got great con, but worth a shot.
Yeah, so it's a saving throw, so that's not an ability check, so it doesn't have disadvantage on that.
Okay.
But it did roll a 19 on the die, so that is
Ah.
28
That will
to
work.
resist
someday.
being blinded.
All right. So where did
It's,
I?
it's a good move. It's better
I
than
would've
not
gotten-
doing anything.
I would have gotten what to here
Oh, yeah.
then.
Yeah, its reach is 20 feet. So you would have
Oh,
actually
okay.
gotten 5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah, right there.
20 feet. Okay, cool. That works. Looks down like it's like in the gears and just like gumming up everything. Just Rex is like,
It's just like smoke rising up from some points.
yeah. Rex is-
And then it is Kanari's turn. Unless you have a bonus action.
nope, I'm good.
Okay,
Uh,
Kanari.
Braxel gets 8.
Oh, he's
temporary
not
hit
in
points.
your temporary hit points right now.
Oh no.
Is he not? I thought it's the 30.
Sorry.
Oh my.
Ah,
That's on the verge.
I
Okay,
forgot that
well.
was up. Yep. All right.
Never mind. That's fine. Is its mouth open right now?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna do the bonus action first. For spiritual weapon. That is a 16 to hit.
16 definitely hits.
Okay. Another one. 5 points of force damage. I need to fire all of my D8s, I guess.
You're fired.
Yeah, something just came out. And then
It is no longer poisoned at the end of Moxie's turn, right?
Well, because I did it again, so even though like
Oh, you did it
technically he
again.
would've-
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
okay.
So technically he would have been no longer poisoned, but he is because I did the thing again.
All right. Go ahead, Kanari. Sorry about that.
action. I'm just gonna do a first level guiding bolt at it.
That's a good move.
I had to like double check like if that's what I really wanted to do. That's a 16 to hit.
That definitely hits.
So it'll take 4d6 radiant. Let's use the new dice. Actually, no, I should use the dice that's already rolled. Right. Hey, how about that? 18 points of radiant damage.
All right. Decent hit. And now it is lit up, and everyone has advantage, not just Moxie and Brayna.
Yeah, whoever
For
hits
one
it
turn,
first.
right? Yeah.
Whoever hits
Yeah.
it first.
Whoever hits
goes
it
away
first.
after it.
Yeah, which at the moment all of us are hitting with advantage anyway.
Except
Uh,
Rexel.
I wouldn't have had advantage with the guiding bolt, would I?
Well, all of our melee fighters are
Yeah,
hitting with
okay.
advantage.
I was just gonna say I wanted to double check that.
All right. Once you are done, it is back to the top with Brayna. He seems there's cuts, there's blood, there's goop, there's all sorts of issues going on with this thing. It seems to be on its last desperate moments of hope.
Brain is gonna use the thing again. Pull out more stuff.
Lights up, it glows, it steams.
19 on the die. That's annoying.
That'll hit. One away.
Oh, garbage. 3, 5, 12. 17 on the first hit. 17 damage.
All right.
There it is. Natural 20.
Ooh.
With the thing. Like, yeah. So, fuck me, man. Okay, double ones on the damage dice.
Oh.
So that's 2 plus 7 is 9. Plus another 2 is 11. Plus 5 is 16 times 2 is 32 points of damage.
Are you below half of your maximum hit points? AKA bloody.
No, I am 36 of 64.
You were close.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, as a reminder to our team, if Brayna does a critical hit with this weapon while bloodied, then she regains 10 hit points.
Oh,
That's what I was.
Did not know
hoping
that.
for.
How much damage was that?
32.
Oh.
God.
All right. So, once your turn is done, it is then Umbrin's.
He's
Umbren's
not dead
on-
yet. You said it was on his last legs. I did like 50 points of damage.
Well, I mean,
Now I
last
get to
legs
kill
for
steal
a
from you.
sack of hit points, a giant sack of hit points.
Alright, I'm going to specifically. I'm looking to cut off the tentacle that's wrapped around Rexel.
Okay.
oh, do
He
I get
seems to
temp?
be
Oh,
Yeah.
what?
he seems to be weak and exposed enough to where that's a possibility.
Yeah, making him bleed out all his goop through one missing tentacle.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, one of them was a 1, which is bad, but the other's a 12 plus 8.
Yeah, that'll hit.
And
All right. So this is green flame blade plus shadow blade plus sneak attack.
Oh, the guiding bolt's radiance shimmers
gone
away.
Yeah.
Yep. Which doesn't matter because Shadow Blade, Twilight Sanctuary combo.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's gonna be 3 points of fire damage, which is bad for fire damage, but that's gonna be
You notice that the fire damage seems to have little effect. Maybe only dealing 1 point of fire damage.
yeah. I wasn't surprised by that. It's a frog. They're wet.
They're
but
wet.
That's gonna be 16 points of psychic damage.
All right.
Did I get temporary hit points? Is my question.
Yeah. Did you go through the other ones? Because I.
Yeah, they're gone.
Oh, okay. Great. You get 11.
All right. So Umbrin, let me know when your turn is done, and then it'll be the Froghemoth's turn. Oh, as you slash down, you do slash the tentacle off. The little stub of it seems to like start squirming around, and the goo and the blood from this creature's now nub just starts squirting all over, kind of like dousing you and Brayna and Vrexel. And Vrexel, you're still grappled just from the weight of the tentacle, but if you do try to break out of it, you'd have advantage.
okay.
17 wasn't enough to drop him either.
No. But that seems to be getting him pretty much on his last threats.
I shouldn't have flame blade. I should have used my dual wielding. A little dumb.
All right, so Froghemoth, he is actually going to start with a bite attack against Brayna. Disadvantage because of poisons.
And I am down. I'm not wielding my shield at the moment, so I'm only at 17 AC.
Well, it tries to go and bite you. It rolled a 12. So what I'm picturing is it goes down to bite you, but you grab the sides of its mouth and you start holding it open right above you.
It's like,
Its tentacles start whipping all over the place. One of them strikes out at Kanari, seemingly mindlessly just striking out at whoever's closest. And so since it's at disadvantage, that's a 14, so that won't do it. The next one will go after Moxie. Same reason. And that's an 11 for a natural 1. So it seems to be flailing about. You're holding it in place with its maw just right above you. Its saliva dripping right on your face. Its tongue whipping all over. It does like its tongue latches against your face, but it can't draw you any closer. So it's just like, and then it is Moxie's turn.
Huzzah! And still flanking, correct?
Huzzah!
Still advantage?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So,
Huzzah.
that's an 18.
Yep, that'll hit.
And that's gonna be some damage. 9 damage.
Oh.
Oh
Right.
no.
Ooh.
Is
Did
it
I
me
freeze?
or is it Deb?
I froze.
Okay.
No,
I
it was
just
me.
I didn't know if it was like my computer. Okay.
It's still up.
Okay, so I'm gonna attack it again. 18 on the dice.
All right.
And that's a 10 damage.
All right.
Are we still
It's
up?
still up. Yep.
Okay.
Oh,
You're just like bah bah.
Oh my god.
Okay, and then I'll go ahead and use a key point to just keep attacking, because why not? That's a 16 on the dice.
Mhm.
And that's another 10.
Okay.
Okay.
It's still up.
Okay.
And how much damage do you think we're doing where you're like, this thing's on its last leg? We all
I know. I'm like, okay,
got
okay.
another 100 hit points left.
I go by percentages.
It's a
So there's
mutant
like a
frog
50
with like
point-
a shit ton of legs.
there's like a
Getting new ones.
50% point, then there's a 25% point, and that's when I like make those descriptions. So
So that's an 18 on the dice,
all right, yep, yeah.
and that'll be full damage for 11.
Okay. You're really close,
Still
but
up. Okay,
it's
so
still up.
I'm gonna go ahead and use another key point,
Mhm.
to do some more damage to it with the Hand of Harm.
Okay.
Aw, screw you, dice. You were doing so well.
Uh-oh.
It's only 4 damage,
Okay, you're so close, but
and it's poisoned again. So
okay, it's poison.
I tried, everybody.
You're like bashing it so hard that like where the necrosis has taken effect over and over again, it's now like almost rotting away from your hits.
And now I do. Oh shoot! I've been missing this entire time. He also takes 6 damage, radiant damage.
Okay.
Oh man, there's a couple of those I forgot. I get to do that once a turn, and I just forgot because I don't ever do this.
And then you both take 3 damage.
And then we both take 3 damage when I'm taking it out of my temporary hit points.
And then once you are done, it is Frexel's turn.
Oh my
Dang
god.
it.
God.
So kill it!
Let's see if you can do enough.
It's like, I'm gonna steal the kill. No, I'm gonna do it.
Can you roll
Ah.
that
I was
temp
so
hit points to see if I
disappointed
get
in myself.
higher?
I was like reevaluating my whole game plan.
I rolled in.
There were actually there were a lot of actually like
I'm still higher.
low rolls. There were
that
quite a
one
few
really-
low rolls from y'all.
Yeah.
in the-
That one
Yeah.
really got me.
Yeah, Vrexel, it seems to be struggling. There's parts of it that are just like now sagging to the side. Its mouth and its tongue is still forcing itself down on Braina, but it's not with as much vigor as it used to have, as she's holding the mouth wide open above her.
It looks like it's about ready to go.
We
Yeah.
set it
As
up
ready
for
as
you.
it was 3 turns ago.
Vrexel's gonna use his action to break free the grapple. Start tossing off bits of sludge and
All right.
frog goop.
He looks over
and-
at Kanari and he's all like, "You can do it, Kanari.
Yeah.
You do it."
You got
Give me
you-
an
you-
athletics or acrobatics check.
Oh,
It's that advantage, and it has to
All
be
the
16 or
things you're
higher.
good at.
oh God. No.
You're like, you got
What
this,
a
Kanari.
turd.
Obviously, I don't. It's just like so heavy and thick and dense material that you can't get it off of you. However, you do get temporary hit points.
Hey.
Oh,
No,
wait,
he
no.
doesn't. Did Kanari move?
No, I don't.
No.
Oh yeah, you
no,
don't.
he
Never mind.
doesn't.
You got my hopes up.
Rex's
Kanari's
entire
turn.
turn is just.
Kanari's turn.
Go to sleep, go to sleep,
Look,
go
we're
to sleep,
doing
go
it
to
for the
sleep.
fan service points of just watching Rexel wriggle around in a tentacle. We're doing it for the audience.
Jesus, the cock, dude. What is wrong with me tonight? Jesus. Oh, God, dirty
It's
20.
me. I cannot be contained.
Dirty 20. Just die. Oh my God. 15 points of radiant damage on a guiding bolt.
All right, how do you want to do it?
I just, since Brain is holding its jaws open, I just want to fire it like into it.
I just do like a little this thing right here.
Yeah, I
in the hole.
just kind of curveball it. It like shoots up like a comet from the Twilight Sanctuary and just goes straight into its mouth. And you kind of hear a muffled explosion as he just like dies a little bit. We only need the legs, right?
Yeah, so you blast it, it goes into its gullet, and you see this burst of radiance inside of it, and then it just goes slack. Its jaws go slack, and then Braina is able to just sort of slump it to the side, and it crashes to the ground with a large dust, fog, and such dispersing from the area because of the impact. And
I'll look back
combat
towards Rexel. You need a
is
little
done.
help there.
Yes, please.
Brain will go and start removing tentacles and such.
All right, so you remove the tentacles. I'm just gonna assume that you do it because you're Braina, and
I mean, if Umbrin had cut the tentacle off, wouldn't that have given like Rexel advantage? I'm trying to
I had advantage.
yeah, it did.
Didn't matter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it did.
You asked like a
Rexel is-
2.5 foot tall gnome to lift something.
All right, so combat is over. Everyone's sweating. You are successful and victorious against this Froghemoth. Jerome releases a small little whimper. You have killed his god.
Listen,
Now-
Bud, listen, look. Don't just stop. It had to happen. He was an asshole.
And then, how would you like to harvest your fresh kill?
I'm gonna assume someone with a weapon that isn't just their fists should probably do it.
I mean, my mom might not do what we want it to do, unfortunately.
I have a sickle.
It will take a minute, but I've got a dagger.
Oh.
Kanari takes out her sickle, Umbrin takes out the dagger, and we just, I guess go for it.
All right, so to harvest, go ahead and perform a survival check. You're skilled with kitchen knives and such,
Yeah.
so
I'll guide myself.
all right.
Okay. Do you want us to roll separate, or would you like assistance?
I have a +4 to survival. So
Essentially,
I
the
have
survival check.
two.
Okay.
The survival check
I
isn't going to determine success or not. It's going to determine how long it takes you to do this.
I will assist you. Oh, great chef of our team. Guide me in frog leg cutting. That was weird. I'm gonna stop.
Dirty 20. So I guess
It's tough. It's legs are the thickest part of its body simply because it has to carry such mass. And so even with help, even with whatnot, the sickle's not exactly the best thing to do this with. So it takes you a better part of an hour to simply cut off both of its legs and get it ready to take back to your adult black dragon friends.
For those of us who are not engaged in this, would that hour grant us a short rest?
Yes, so everyone except Umbrin and Kanari can take a short rest while this is happening.
I forgot how many hit dice I used last time. Oh no.
Oh no.
I mean,
did you not mark it off on your D&D Beyond sheet?
No. They are marked. I forgot that I have none left.
Oh no!
Oh, you don't have any left.
Here, we can. Give me a second once we.
Yeah.
Because Umbrin, you're pretty low, right?
No. I'm 6 away from full. I'm fine.
Kanari will
I am still splintered. I will have to take a while to mend that, but I can do that as we walk.
Kanari will hand Umbrin a potion of healing.
I think I'm going to use at least 2.
So as we're doing all this, as you're taking this time, short rest, harvesting, and such, we'll actually go into our mid-episode break, and do that for 10 minutes. Well, 12 minutes because that's how long the thing that we show midstream is. So if you're new, stick around and watch that because I think it's funny. So yeah, we will be back in approximately 10 to 12 minutes. Thanks for joining, everybody, if you are here or watching in the future. Salutations and welcome back, Earthlings.
Deb, you guys missed it. Deb got abducted by aliens and he's back and he's saying strange things.
I don't know.
I don't know what you are talking about. I am a human, like the rest of you.
Yep, just like the rest of us, you're human.
Yep. See?
How do you do, fellow humans?
So, everyone, you killed the Froghemoth. You harvested its legs. 3 of you took short rests, and so that hour finishes. So, after that hour, if you want to do some of your own like spell healing, potion healing, what have you, feel free. Or if you want to take another short rest to give Umbrin and Kanari a chance to do that, totally welcome. It's not like the Black Dragon gave you a time limit. But you probably don't want to keep them waiting for too long.
If I had noticed it could take you that long, I could have maybe just helped pull them off or something. That might have been a little faster.
Yeah, but you want to keep all the meat. Well,
I would prefer if we would get back to the Black Dragon with this, hopefully earn his favor, get to the temple, so we may take a longer rest. I know a lot of resources have been expended by a lot of our party.
How long did we hike for after talking to the Black Dragon?
It was probably about 30 minutes, 45 minutes. It actually wasn't that long.
Okay.
This area is not too big, so it didn't take you quite some time to find this huge behemoth of a frog monstrosity. So that's the good news.
And I did a survival or check with the compass before we left, so I kind of have a general idea of which direction we walked and how we can get back as well.
Yep, exactly. So as long as you follow that compass, you should be all good.
Well, the kind of short rest happened. I want to do a dry rub on these frog legs. So I'm going to use 5 of the charges from the Heward's Handy Spice Pouch. And I'm going to put some salt, pepper, what other flavor profiles am I going for? Maybe some like cayenne pepper.
You do some like malic acid.
Yeah.
You got to go for a Cajun taste, actually.
Yeah, that's what I was going for.
Do we have leftover hallucinogenics?
You definitely need some garlic powder.
I was gonna put
I
some garlic
do.
powder on it. And I might actually do like a little bit of like, I don't know, like brown sugar almost to like caramelize them a little bit or something like that. Just make them nice, and I want to make them Cajun style basically.
I do
Not
have a
brown
vial
sugar.
of mushroom spores if you. It's my last vial of mushroom spores if you did want to, but I leave that to your judgment.
I think let's try diplomacy through the. As funny as it would be to see a high dragon, if we're going into the Temple of Tiamat, I think is what he said,
Yeah.
maybe wouldn't be the best to piss off a dragon going into that god's temple.
What if he wants that though?
Well, okay, let's give him the option.
I would like to bring up the we did not start off on a great foot with the dragon. My apologies to the group for that. But having a dragon in our corner could be the most optimal thing for our group, especially considering the climb we will have to make to get up to the Citadel.
Yeah.
If we can garnish enough, pardon the pun, garnish enough favor with this dragon, it could be a massive boon to our team.
Maybe you could even fly us somewhere.
Do you think we could just bypass? Oh wait, am I muted? Okay, no. You think we could just bypass whatever the entrance is and just have them fly us up to the exit?
We might have to go through a certain process in order. I mean, based on what the ritual that Team Phoenix was thinking,
Yeah.
I think we have to follow a certain. I think we might have to follow a certain order of things, and that might. I mean, rituals regarding past the afterlife can be complex. So, I don't know.
Well, we could also have them fly us to the top of the tower and like figure out what Gorgonzola was saying
God damn.
about what we needed there.
I feel Gorgonzola, our dear friend, was referring to the team of 3 Nightwalker having already gotten out. Was the biggest thing that she had mentioned.
Okay, well, either
I was
way.
already out of the level.
Nightwalkers. Oh, out of the other. Okay.
I
Oh,
thought
yeah.
it was.
Wait,
No, I thought it was Hydra. And,
Hydra's out. And
Hydra
Okay.
and
Dragon is
Dragon?
out? Yeah.
yeah.
So
I'm gonna
Nightwalker,
say that.
Nightwalker hadn't even made it out of the.
Right. Yeah, you're right.
They were still in first, right?
Yeah.
In the first level.
We know Nightwalker got more teammates, and we know they've made it to level 2.
I don't know. I can't remember, and I have my notes on various things right now that I haven't put into my book.
As we walk, I'm going to search through my robotic memory bank to remember what Quintilia said about who and what.
Team I have from last time, Team Treant and Team Rock are on level 1. Hydra made it first, and then Dragon to level 3. Everyone else is on level 2.
Got it.
Okay,
Okay.
so Walker is definitely here, though.
So we use the dragon to kill them, finish them off, and get their prize.
That is that does have a big if though. That the dragon is
Doesn't
satisfied
fill it.
with the frog leg
Well,
they
yeah.
gave him.
I'm
I
just
don't
thinking
think
ahead.
we can get the dragon to abandon the temple to escort us around the level and attack other teams, but we could certainly convince him to fly an hour away to drop us off at the Citadel. Stronghold.
I'll add a little bit of paprika then. And Kar just reaches in and just. I found the other spice I was looking for.
Paprika.
I have a friend who's a chef. I don't.
I'm gonna say, call Dempsey, figure out what you put in it.
Dempsey, what do I do?
Then she's like, what, is this into next week?
So
Sorry,
it doesn't
that's a home game. Sorry, between
you-
Wyatt and I.
doesn't take you quite a lot of time, very similar to your path there, to begin to get to a area of thinner fog, and you see the shadow, the looming presence in the shadow of the Temple of Tiamat in the distance. And on top of the tower, you see this hulking draconic form, black and almost blending in with the darkness of the surrounding area, but blotting out the lights from above, waiting for his meal.
Do we cook these or do they eat them raw?
Well, you want a nice sear on them at least.
I wouldn't know.
You're noticing that this area, even though you had traveled through this area prior, on your way back, the plants seem to be a little bit more thick and twisted, and the ground seems to be muddier. And with each footstep, you're getting that of the mud sounds beneath your feet.
You said the dragon is like in front of us, or
He's on top of the temple. The temple has a set of stairs that leads to a large platform, and there are four circular other platforms attached to the top as well, all on the same plane.
Did we call the dragon down or did we drag this up the stairs to him?
he looks kind of comfy. I mean, I say let's bring it up to him. Nothing like being served frog legs and I'll think of it. Breakfast in bed. Yeah, but I don't.
What time is it, Dev? What time is it, Dev?
What'd you call me?
I'm so sorry.
Dempsey.
Yeah, so the time, you check your watch, you had left a little bit later. It was either later morning or early afternoon. The time has been a little funky since you had to travel an hour to the mid-path, an hour to sort of this location. Then it took you approximately an hour to get here, so that's 3, and then an hour to get back after an hour of the harvesting. So that's about 6-7 hours. So I would say it would be about 8 p.m. 7-8 p.m. around there. 7:38 p.m.
Time to ring the dinner bell, as they say.
So, you approach, and his eyes look down upon you, and his tail seems to be flicking back and forth expectantly. You hear his voice boom from above. Yes, so you survived. Now, my slaves, bring me my meal.
We are nothing if not honest to our word, our master.
Yes.
I wink at my team. Like, play along.
I'm just sitting there with like the flint and steel, just like slaves. Work hard for a good meal, and all of a sudden you just gotta give it to him, drink.
So, how did you get the legs? Does Brayna just have them like on each shoulder, or did you stick them in the trunk of holding?
I feel like they might not fit in the trunk of holding.
It would have been a tight squeeze. It would have.
They're just like between Moxie and Brayna. Brayna's got like the big meaty parts, and Moxie's in the back with the like little
With a
feet
little
part.
bone, yeah.
Yeah, with the bone part, because I feel like she could lift that.
Yeah,
So-
I've been covered in enough frog juice for one day. I'm not touching them.
You ascend up these stone stairs of this ancient temple Tiamat. Certain parts of the stairs seem to have been chipped away, so you try to take the safest path up. And once you get to the top and get over that precipice, the dragon is about 20 feet back of this large platform, probably about 50 feet on each side. and he looks at you. As you're looking around, you see that there's the four corners, there's those round platforms, and on each of those platforms there seems to be a dais with a brazier sitting on top. Unlit, nothing seems to be emerging from them, but each of them have a different color. There's green, blue, black, white. Green and blue seem to be diagonal, black and white are diagonal, and then right in the dead center there is a larger dais with a brazier with some red facade, which, if you know anything about Tiamat, if you are someone who has studied religion or the arcane, you would know that these indicate each of the 5 colors that of the chromatic dragons. And one of those colors, the black one, stands before you. There's also no seeming way into the temple. You're looking around, you're expecting maybe an entrance or something atop here, but pretty much it just seems like a ruin. Like there's ruins along this top and those braziers in that exposition. The dragon, he chuckles. I see that you spiced it up for me. Thank you.
It's the least I could do. We want you to have a good meal.
He has been curled up and laying down, but he stands up and he stretches his wings, he stretches his tail, shakes his head. He takes a couple steps forward, and a couple more, slowly, taking his time, sniffing the air. You have done me a great service, so I will spare your lives. Now, feed it to me. He just lowers his head and opens up his mouth.
Rena pushes it up as high as she can, which is not very high because she's kind of short.
He's low enough to where you can get it. He takes it, he chews it, swallows it, bone and all. Wonderful. And as my thanks, I will tell you a riddle.
Ooh.
A fun prize.
The temple is sealed, unless you are keen, as one should know 5 heads upon the queen. Each can kill with a different breath. 5 bulls await their tools of death. Then he spreads his wings and he starts beating them. The fog and the mist that seem to linger around start dispersing, and he ascends into the air and takes off away from all of you, having not been stopped by any proposals or propositions or anything. He just goes.
Bye.
That was a riddle? What does he want us? Trixie,
He
what
wants
the
us
heck
to
are you
light the
doing?
braziers with the elements of the dragon.
But I'm assuming that one
correspond
of
with that.
you knows those.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, of course. Who doesn't know what dragons do?
Well,
They breathe fire, I thought. I forgot.
the red ones do.
Oh, see, there
He-
you go.
I mean, red was fire, white is ice,
Cold.
or cold. Yeah. Blue is lightning. Green, I believe, is poison, and black
Poison.
is acid. And
Didn't you take Dragon History 101 in school?
Is Moxie a citizen? Would she have taken classes like that?
I slept through those classes at the monastery. They weren't about punching, so I didn't care.
Breda has no clue.
Well, that's basic knowledge. The trouble is going to be finding the actual elements to light them with. I can do fire.
I can get lightning. And that's it. Oh no.
Can I punch it with poison? Does that count?
I think you poison things, but I don't think that's poison damage.
Rexel has the multi-purpose tool that has yet to be assigned a cantrip for the day. So if we find that we're missing one thing, I'm sure there'll be a cantrip that gets that damage. So I can cover one other thing, lightning and something.
I do not have anything that isn't radiant force or something else.
So what do we have right now? Does anyone have?
We have
Oh,
fire and lightning.
Fire, lightning. We're missing acid. We're missing poison.
Acid, poison, and cold.
I could perhaps mix up a vial of acid with my alchemist supplies if we had the time for it.
Well, I mean, I have a feeling that it's probably a good idea to take the time for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there any way that we could potentially do the other two with like alchemy stuff?
I do have a vial of ice spider silk, which I could attempt to make into an icy concoction.
You also remember that you have a frost dagger.
Oh, I can do that too. I have a frost dagger and I have a dagger of poison. That's
So we
me.
can-
I'm our element.
That's like on par with me forgetting like I have winged boots in a different campaign. Just like, oh yeah, I can fly.
Why did you fly away from the dragon?
So you've got poison, cold, fire, lightning. Does anyone have acid right now?
I can make up a vial of acid. That's
Well,
not
also
too
I can
hard.
just acid splash.
Oh, if you want to acid splash, yeah.
Do we
of
have
course.
poison though?
I've got a dagger of poison.
Oh, got it.
Rexel
Okay.
made it for me after I ripped it off of a bee.
You have poison and cold and fire.
And
Got it.
fire.
Okay, so we're good.
Yeah.
I'll just,
Oh, that was a real puzzle, all right.
I'll keep embers warm to, I don't know, make some stew when we get in. Tonight might just be a ration night.
Just get takeout.
Brina's nomming on a salami as you speak, since she's
Yeah.
got nothing that she can do for it.
I cannot contribute.
Oh yeah, I'm just gonna hang out.
Yeah, I pull the dagger of venom and I activate the poison and I pull out the frost dagger and I head over to the braziers.
So when you head to the first brazier, let's say the poison, the green one, you see that there's actually at the bottom of this brazier a little slot that seems to be where, like, if you were to pour anything or do anything, that it would like sink into.
Sure, I'll coat the dagger with the venom and I'll stick it all in there.
So as you stick it in, the venom drips and slowly drips off of this knife, this dagger, and the green of this pillar actually glows a subtle green, but enough to pierce the darkness of the evening. And you start hearing it go as it descends down into the platform.
Nice. Drexel will walk up to the one opposite that, the blue one, and take one of the lightning launchers and just like hit it
Here,
with a...
there's not a little slot. There's like a little lightning rod.
Hey, that's easy. Just like...
It's a Sailor Jupiter action.
And as you do that, it lights up blue and goes into the platform with the same grinding sound.
Nice.
Up next is ice. The dagger of ice.
There's actually a little bit of water inside. And as you place your dagger and touch the water surface, the water freezes and it lights up white and starts sinking into the platform.
And then I will use my action to make the one all-purpose tool I learned the acid splash cantrip. So taking a little bit of oil from beneath the power armor just sort of draws a few like green glyphs in the air, and the oil shimmers and shifts and turns into just like and melts through its container onto the last pillar here.
There's also a little slot for the acid to sink in, and does the same as it lights up black, like a black glow. It works. It happens. And then finally, the fire brazier.
Head over with the dagger knife, green flame blade.
This brazier is actually up a little bit of steps. Since it's a little bit higher, a little bit taller, you go up some steps to approach this brazier, and on the inside there appears to be a wick. And you light it with your green flame blade, and the brazier sinks in and the pillar sinks in. But this time, as it sinks in, the platform that it was on starts to kind of open up as it slides across. And as you step back as to not fall into this now opening entrance, you see a set of stairs descending down into the temple.
Well, remember how no one was wondering where the door was? I think I found it.
Oh, good. I'm really glad we're not having to crawl through any dragon mouths.
That would have been cool.
Oh, Jeff's like, oh man.
He's like, wait, no.
Let's redo all of that.
You open up, there's 5 dragon heads down there. Which one goes to the temple? Do we want to sleep?
I think we...
Do we think this part counts as ground, or should we go inside?
Right.
I'm just worried that descending the stairs will start the challenge room. It hasn't done it so far. There's always been a door, but this is the dungeon sphere.
Well, do we think that there's going to be like another challenge in there, or do we think that the challenge was getting past the black dragon?
That could be. It could be like the Temple to Eldath.
Yeah.
I have some spells left in the tank, so I can throw a couple of things up. I still have a Channel's Divinity left. I'm okay to keep going forward. I didn't get hit last fight, so. But
I've
also
only used 1 spell slot for that whole fight, so.
I have all my key points back, and I was able to heal up a bit while we rested, so I'm okay.
Brenna, I think you might be the deciding factor. Have you not used both of your rages for the day?
I can still rage a little bit. Plus, I'm feeling fine. I think we should go ahead.
Okay.
Rexel?
Rexel's looking not the best, but I can keep going. I'll be fine.
I can throw up to
Mox.
four
Yeah, I
of-
was like,
Yeah.
well, Moxie will go over and use healing hands, so you get 6 hit points.
Oh, thanks.
I mean, she punches you to do it.
Well,
I don't think healing hands. She probably just like weirdly touches your face, and
Yeah, I've always
Like,
said
she
it was a
doesn't know how
gentle
to-
caress.
yeah, she doesn't quite know how to be like not punching, so it's just a weird like across the forehead, and then she just kind of nods and walks away.
just across the forehead and just a little.
Simba.
and there's actually like a smear of leftover oil from something, so you're like, oh no, oh.
It's on me.
You're welcome.
She's
One of us is gonna hold Brexel up at the top of the citadel just to like.
She just wipes her hand like all over his jacket.
As you descend down the stairs into the inky darkness, all of you have dark vision, so you don't even need light to see that this place is definitely a place of reverence for the goddess Tiamat. You see plenty of different edifices, statues of various dragons, and draconic worshippers as well. Different symbols to Tiamat, the 5 claws that represent her presence. And as you reach the bottom, you exit out into this large chamber that has a path bordered by some steaming pits of acid. on either side. And on the far end of this path, this almost stone bridge that takes you safely between these two pits of acid, there is a giant statue of the goddess Tiamat, her 5 heads seemingly roaring, frozen in place. No colorization on this one. It seems to be just a gray stone. And on the base of this statue, one of her large, mighty claws rests upon a challenge door.
Should we look around and see if there's a coin like in near the statue before we go into the challenge room? Because it's kind of how it's been.
Certainly.
Yeah.
Investigation check?
Yeah, you can perform an investigation check.
Guidance.
15. 22?
As you're looking around, you see what appears to be something clicks, something connects with you as you're looking around. Your wits are honed to a point where you'll notice this. There actually appears to be several different places where a stone or a spike or something is jutting out of the wall, kind of creating steps that allow you to be carried up to the centermost head of the statue.
And that's
Right.
where we hold up Brexel.
I gracefully ascend the steps as Moxie picks up Rexel.
I wouldn't do that.
Hey.
So give
come
me
in, yeah.
an acrobatics check to assure your ascent is safe.
Yeah, modified 20.
Yep, so gracefully, almost like a dancer, you go from step to step to step. It goes up a little bit and then juts over and then goes up, and you zigzag your way up to the center head of the statue. And as you're looking around, you see that there appears to be a little point in this statue's head where you could maybe wedge a knife in and pop it out.
Feels a little disrespectful, but as needs must, Your Majesty. I take out my dagger of venom, and it's like,
And you pop it open, and inside is a coin resting upon this stony, hidden compartment.
that's 3. I jump on down.
You grab it, and you hear the screams of the voice inside, telling you to release him, to release his soul, let him go. He's tired of the torment within. And as you pull the coin off of this compartment, you hear a click. And suddenly, the stairs
Dex save.
rumble away, and kind of basically remove your exit, and the top seals, and the acid on the sides of this bridge about 5 feet down begins to rise.
Looks like we're going in the trauma door.
Yeah, here we go.
Yeah, all right, get the door open. Should have checked the trap.
Kari will put her hand down at the door and open it up.
So you put your hand on the magical scanning device and roll me a d20.
I have to use the new die. Jesus. 5.
The room shimmers, or the entrance shimmers, and in front of you is the entrance to this room.
Do
Do you go
this.
through?
Let's go.
Yep.
The acid rises quickly, but you all throw yourselves through into a dark tunnel that takes you into the challenge room. I just gotta get a little bit of prep in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, some days I forget I'm a rogue. I should be checking for traps. It's a lesson well learned.
I mean, of all the traps it could have been, this one was pretty light, considering that we did know how to kind of get out quickly.
Good point. Let's just hope that it resets when we get back and we can rest in here again.
Yeah.
It's very late.
Well, now that we've gone to the checkpoints, can't we technically go, we get to choose?
I'm not 100% positive how the checkpoints work because I
okay.
thought I knew, but then I didn't know. So who knows?
I think that's our working hypothesis, but we don't know yet.
Yeah. That was how it was, I guess, on floor 1.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find a new song.
Would be nice. I do
As
have
you're walking
supplies to make healing potions, so I should
through,
probably do that.
as you're walking through this dark tunnel, your feet stop hitting the hard stone and making the echoing sound around this tunnel, and instead start stepping on some lush green grass.
You know, we ran into that room one time that was the room of bad luck. So did we run into the room of a free picnic this time?
Ooh.
As you
Perhaps.
continue further, your eyes take a moment to adjust. Since you had just been in darkness, now it's bright, and it's almost as though you've re-entered a just normal daylit afternoon. And in front of you, you see a large manor home and estate. Hedges lining the front exterior of this property, a gate awaiting you, beckoning you forward. Lush gardens here and there, trimmed trees, a pond, and more. And this manor has steps rising up to a double door that can take you within. A glistening pathway, you hear birds chirping, fresh air blowing all around you. It's definitely a reprieve from where you had currently just been.
So a fancy picnic.
Afternoon tea, perhaps. I will go up and slam on the knocker that I assume that there is.
I'm sorry I'm messing with the music. It's a little too loud, but then I can't make it quieter. That works. Bam. Alright, so that is what stands before you.
A knock.
No answer.
Seems rude, but I checked to see if it's locked.
It's unlocked.
I'm going to open the door.
You open the door to a large foyer with a large statue of a man standing in the center of two stairways that lead up to a second floor balcony. And then after that, another set of stairs that leads up to a third floor. There's regal carpets, regal rugs, tapestries, different rich-looking fixtures, furnishings, and hallways that stretch out past this foyer.
I'm gonna yell inside, "Pardon the intrusion, but we are coming in," and just walk into the hall.
Everyone else follow?
Yeah.
Slowly.
It appears to be just a manor home with all the amenities of such, but completely devoid of any personage inside. You see several different portraits of the same man that the statue seemed to represent in the front, but also portraits of other family members, women, children, men, groups. and every so often cats, dogs.
What do you think the objective is?
Do any of the pictures look weird in any
You
way?
can roll me a perception check.
14.
Nothing seems weird. The eyes aren't following you. There's no like eye holes. It's definitely not giving you Haunted Mansion vibes. Definitely not.
Not suddenly Scooby Doo.
Not suddenly Scooby-Doo.
Is there anything like telling about the man in the photos? Like, should we know who he is, or is it just like a wealthy-looking man?
From what you can tell, it's just a wealthy-looking man. No one of notoriety that you're aware of. Even if you were to roll a history check.
Do the portraits come off the wall? Anything behind them?
You grab a portrait and just pop it off of its this fixture, and it just seems to be completely normal.
In a manner like this, there should be an office. I'm going to go see if I can find any information there.
All right. Roll me an investigation check as you try to find this office. And if everyone else is following, let me know if you're all gonna split up.
Brandon's just kind of gonna walk
Well.
along and kind of touch each picture.
That
See if
dice
anything's
is going in dice jail because that was a 3 plus 5 for an 8.
Yeah, so you struggle to find what you're looking for. But you do enter a parlor room. And there's another statue of the man, different portraits. This parlor has some very comfortable seating and arrangements, and you see some bookshelves and whatnot. And this man is standing in a different posture than the one in the foyer. This time he seems to just be pointing in a random direction.
Which random direction?
It is pointing right at one of the bookcases.
I follow the statue to where it's pointing.
All right. Roll me another investigation check. Or if anyone else wants to investigate and help out or anything, let me know.
Rexel will jump on the book investigation.
Moxie's looking for a kitchen.
16 or better.
Moxie, you find a kitchen and it seems to be fully stocked. The food is fresh and the fridge is full. Different cutlery, different breads, vegetables, fruits, onions, everything that you might desire from a wealthy man's kitchen.
Well, we all know that Moxie would be the Shaggy of the group, so she's gonna start making a sandwich.
Oh, great. Now who's all of our Scooby-Doo characters? We got the Avengers down. Oh, man.
We'll figure that out.
Rexel, would you like to be Velma or would you like me to be Velma? I'm more of a Daphne. You be Velma.
Who's Fred? Okay, Brandon.
I mean, Canary is Scooby.
Yeah.
All right, so who's helping who? Who's rolling investigation checks? Et cetera, et
I'm
cetera.
helping Moxie make a sandwich.
All right,
Classic.
making a sandwich. Brayna, what are you doing?
Brayna has just been kind of walking, originally in the floor. You're just kind of each picture, looking behind it, seeing if the frames feel weird. And when she gets around the foyer, she's gonna go to the second floor and do the same thing.
I rolled a 16.
All right. You find a book that it seems to be pointing towards, but it's written. The title is written on its spine, and it says, "To open is to succeed."
It can't be that easy, could it? I opened the book.
You open up the book, and as you look, there's a cutout compartment and inside is a key and a small little note.
I read the note.
The note says, every key needs a keyhole, and every voice needs an ear to listen. Better study up.
So there's a keyhole and an ear, most likely in a statue. All right, let's go check some statues.
Yeah. Rexel is gonna linger for a minute in the parlor room. Are there any other interesting books in there?
They all seem to be romance novels.
Rexel's very disappointed.
Oh. You feel a slight tug at your heartstrings somewhere at home. Kanori's mom is watching.
She's like,
All of
grab
her
it,
dreams
grab
are
it,
coming
grab it.
true.
Oh, I know that one. Grab it, grab it.
Oh, that one's a good one. I mean, through the winter of '83.
You approach the statue of the man pointing towards the bookcase. The only statue in the room. If you were to inspect the ear holes or the ears, there's no keyhole to be found.
I go to every room, find every statue, and check every ear hole. Most likely it's going to be the one back in the foyer, but be safe. So let's start with the one in the foyer.
As you go to the one in the foyer, you check its ears, and no holes.
Was this statue pointing in a direction?
That statue is not pointing in a direction. You smell not you, but Vrexel, you smell a delicious smell of meats and different breads and such wafting from the kitchen nearby.
Oh, hey. The parlor room, what floor was that on?
That was actually on the second floor.
Were there any... What was above the parlor room?
If you were to go to the third floor and go above the parlor room, you would actually find a nice little room with a really nice king-sized bed and a desk right next to it, or a side table, large closets. It just seems to be a bedroom.
I was hoping for quite literally study up. Well, Rexel just said to himself, like, all right. Nothing up on this level that looks like it needs to be unlocked in any capacity?
Do you want to go room to room?
Yeah, I think I'll start in this bedroom and then kind of do what Brain is doing on the lower level, just like checking all the portraits, poking heads into rooms, just kind of looking around for, especially other statues, but also anything else with other books.
The third floor seems to be a lot of bedrooms, a lot of location, there's different bathrooms as well, just to make it easy on those in the bedrooms. It seems to be very much a residential sort of floor.
Well, if there's nothing up here, I will go investigate the smells.
Well, you head down to the first floor, because the kitchen is actually on the first floor. It's the right hallway sort of takes you in that direction, and as you're heading in that direction, roll me a perception check.
Ooh.
Where's Umbrin at this point?
Umbrin has been going room to room looking for statues, looking in ears of statues.
Yeah, let's say that you're on the second floor.
It's a key and an ear.
Yeah, let's say that you're on the second floor and you find yourself seeing a variety of different rooms. There seems to be one that just is a room that almost looks like a room of a museum with different pieces of relics, artifacts gathered from local different historical, archaeological places around the world and such. And Vrexel, on your way to the kitchen, you actually pass by a room labeled the study.
Oh, hey. I will definitely be distracted by the study. What is in here?
As you go into the study, it's a smaller room with also a bookshelf, an office desk, the different cabinets and such that is associated with that for storage, a little sitting area, a table for spreading out files and such, and then there is a little side table along the wall underneath a couple of swords that are just hanging there for decoration, and there's a bust of the man who seems to be showing up all over the place.
Check the ears.
And just as you might expect, one of the ears, the left one, has a hole in it.
Well, we can, where, At this point, Rexel realizes that, like, Umbrin is not following him. It's like, oh,
Umbrin, you're currently in a room that appears to be where one would design dresses and work with fabrics and such to create outfits. Probably someplace where a noble would bring someone that they hired to make their own wardrobe.
Fitting room. All the time I've been walking around, I've been considering stealing things.
Of course. Oh no.
Because it would just be nice to have the cash. If this place is completely empty, there is no repercussions to stealing things. If something bad happens, I don't want to have us all separated. But just give me a general idea what I could steal while I am in here, as I consider it.
Do you insert the keyhole? Or the key into the ear hole?
No, Deb, we're still stuck on stealing things. I'm not even in the study. I'm in the dressing room.
I don't even know who has the key.
I have the key.
Okay.
Umbrin picked up the key and promptly left the room to go find statues to put in the air, and Rex was like, I'll go find the study.
Dev's just had like elevator music going on in his head like the entire.
I know he always does.
It's true. I zoned out.
Umbrin's
Umbrin would
looking
like
for
to
things
steal
to.
stuff.
I would like to steal.
Yeah. What do you want to steal?
You tell me what there is to steal.
Well,
Your grand creation.
you had that room full of artifacts and archaeological finds. You have that room full of dresses and wardrobes and such, some nearing completion. You had the parlor with a variety of different romance novels, and there's all the portraits, various plants. Yeah, just take your pick, whatever you want.
No, I think I'm good. I will check in with the people. I'm gonna start pointing and casting message to try to find my friends to like group up with people.
All right, roll a d4. Braina's 1, Moxie's 2, Kanari's 3, and Vrexel's 4.
Oh, who's got us the 4?
Vrexel! You
Just
hear...
checking in. Where are you? Have you found anything? It's Umbrin, by the way. I don't think anyone... well, just in case whoever this is was wondering if it was Vrexel, it's not.
You hear Umbrin's voice whispering in your ear.
Oh, I think I found where we need to put that key. I also smelled some really tasty food. Don't really know where everyone else is. First floor. Come to the study.
All right. I will walk out of wherever I was. Head down to I'll head down to the first floor. I'll point in a different direction and try to find one of the girls.
All right, roll me a d4.
1.
Oh, Braina.
This is Rexel.
No, no.
You gotta stick with it. Do it.
This is Rexel. We're meeting up at the study.
My Rexel, you sound a little different now, don't you?
It's on the first floor.
Okay, I'm on the second. I'll be down in a moment.
Love you. Oh, I'm gonna tell all the girls I love them. What fun. 3.
You get Moxie.
This is Pretzel. We found the study. It's got the keyhole in it we're looking for. Come on down to the first floor. I love you.
And Kanar, you hear Moxie say this, and you think that Moxie's talking to you.
What? Sorry, what?
Complete chaos.
Floor.
What?
Moxie just kind of like picks up the sandwich and starts walking out, and then it seems as though the study's
Can't you
fairly
use
close.
telepathy to have that conversation?
I mean, Moxie can't, but
You're not there.
Kanari just like it's like fine. Stands up and is like trying to clean up a little bit, and then she looks at it, thinks about it, and just like follows behind with Moxie. She's like, I don't need to clean. Not my place.
As you exit the kitchen, you just make it your way a little bit, and you see the open door of the study with
Raina sees the
Rexel's
sound, she'd be
murmurings
like-
inside.
She'd be like, "Where'd you get the food?"
Oh, there's a kitchen.
Mhm.
And you
Here.
didn't. You didn't think to tell me.
Well, I mean, you were really interested in all the foyer
there's-
stuff.
I know.
There's
I'm so
nothing
proud of
fun.
you for trying to solve the puzzle.
There
Here,
was
do you
nothing
want-
fun though. It was all boring pictures.
I made you
Well-
a sandwich.
A lot of, solving puzzles does happen when you're on the wrong track and you get a little sidetracked. They're called red herrings. It's totally part of the process.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Did you say sandwich, Kanari?
Yeah, here.
Okay.
They
Pretzel, do
leave
you
to
want
go
one?
back to the kitchen.
No, I brought the stuff with me.
Oh, okay.
I'm just like sitting there, just like making sandwiches in the study for everybody. I don't. Umbran, do you want something I can try and? I know you don't eat, but
No, please don't patronize me.
I
I get enough of that from the tavern keepers who are like, do you want some oil? Like, leave me alone. I'm trying to sit here with my disco stick.
No, not disco stick.
okay. Okay, that's emotions. You're processing emotions. That's annoyance. You already knew that one. I'm just gonna.
Brenda takes the sandwich and starts nomming.
I'll
Yuri, you
make
know
one
that-
for Rexel.
You know what disco stick means, right?
Of course
Just
I know
keep
what
moving.
disco stick means.
Okay, good. It's a disco rock that you have.
No, it's on a stick. They gave it to me on a stick.
Okay.
It's
This
not a.
place
It's
to
not
read
like,
Sandstorm the
you
entire
you
time.
gave me a wand with the rock on top of it, and that you hit it to activate. I remember the episode.
Hmm.
So Rexel and I found the way to get out of the manor if people are interested, or if we want to stay here and I don't know, bathe or something.
Or the way to trigger an awful deadly trap. We really have no idea what this is going to do.
Ooh. Okay.
There's a really nice washroom.
We just got out of the checkpoint because
Does everyone use the bathroom? We got out of the checkpoint like 7 hours, like 8, 9 hours ago.
it's fine. We'll be fine.
All right. Are we all ready? I
Yeah.
stick the key in the ear and I turn it.
And on the floor, you hear a boom. And underneath a carpet, there seems to be like a little bulge.
Oh yeah, just can't say disco stick before. It's fine.
Mage hand the carpet.
As you pull it away, there seems to be a trap door now opened from the insertion of the key.
Hey.
And if you were to pull it back, you would see that there's a set of wooden stairs that descends down. It's large enough for someone to sort of slip through. Braina might be a little tight in terms of the shoulders.
I will go first. I will check for traps as I go down. for a 30. No, I'm sorry, 23.
Nothing appears to be trapped. Nothing seems to be really indicating that there's any danger awaiting you.
All right. Seems safe. Let's go.
Onward.
As you head down, you take it one by one down the steps, and once you get to the floor, it appears to be a good old-fashioned wine cellar. There's a few different compartments, but you see barrels and different wine racks all around you.
Save some of this for later.
Ooh, I could make a really good place with that.
All right. Look for new clues.
All right, that'll be another investigation check.
Would you like to write some? I shall assist.
Sure. In that case, let's do this. That is 21.
You are looking around, you're finding various different wines. The time period seemed to be like centuries old. And it's like if you were to pop these open, yeah, it's good wine. And
Can I take a few bottles?
yeah. While you're looking around, you see that one of the bottles appears to be empty.
Precisely one of them, and all the others are full.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's curious. I assume I picked it up to ascertain that it's empty, so I've already picked it up. Hope that's okay.
When you've picked it up, you hear a ding, ding, ding. And if you shake it, you'll see that there's a key inside. And a note.
Huh. Does the note and the key fit out of the end of the bottle?
It does not.
It's
As it
on the
smashes
side of the
open,
armor.
the glass goes all around, the key hits the ground, and ding, 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 and the note softly lands.
Now I know why.
And now you
people
have a
do that.
weapon.
That was actually surprisingly fun. Tosses.
Smashing things is pretty great.
Picks up the note.
The second key brings you one step closer to solving this mystery. Now sing me a tune and join this key with 88 others to find what comes next.
It's 88.
A piano.
Yes, but
Up to the music
Frexel
room.
would know that. I was gonna say I'm trying to. Yeah, Frexel knows that. Do pianos exist in? Anyway.
Yes, I know how to play a piano.
Okay. Do we see any musical instruments down here?
Not in the wine cellar.
Yeah, Umbran's already made his way back up to the trapdoor, headed to most definitely the music room that he was in before.
Yep, second floor. There is a music room with various different instruments and places for onlookers to watch as they're entertained by the personage of the house.
I missed that. All right.
Yeah, that was on the second floor,
Gotcha.
where Umbran was investigating on the left wing.
Gotcha. If we see anything that looks like it's got a bunch of keys, Vrexel with absolutely zero musical ability will just kind of like.
So as you all follow Umbran into the room, you go to the piano and you just do a key smash, and on the side a little slot opens up. Bing! You notice it out of the peripheral of your eye, and there appears to be a keyhole there.
We seem to be taking turns, Umber. After you.
Oh yes, of course. I put the key and then I turn it.
As you turn the key, the piano begins to play on its own.
Oh boy.
And it's a really nice sonata, just sort of a romantic vibe to it. And as it's playing, a portion of the wall on the other side begins to open up slowly as the song is playing, and you see a soft light coming from inside, an ambient light.
Once again, check for traps, just in case. Missed the first one. Modified 20.
No traps. Nothing appears to be dangerous.
Alright, I lead the way.
Are we all here, first of all? Dane?
Mhm.
Yep.
Okay, just making sure.
Everyone's
still-
quiet
Brandon's
because
still
they all
nodding
have
on a
like
sandwich.
sandwiches
Yeah.
and everything in their
Yeah,
mouths.
fair enough.
This
You watch your two friends do an escape room without you. Like, no, you guys are doing great. Keep going.
This secret door takes you in a hallway and leads you. It's just a few steps through this hallway until you reach a secret boudoir. Here there are various pictures of a woman with various outfits. There's a vanity, boxes for perfume, earrings and such, and a music box that is sitting elegantly. There's a love seat or one of those chaise lounges, and it seems to be very romantic. Plush carpet and sort of lots of hearts, and this seems to be a room of love.
Brandon's gonna sit on the Shea Lounge and finish her sandwich.
Before Brenna can spill any mustard on the music box, I pick it up and open it.
Oh, the music box is on the Shea Lounge?
No, it's on the table in front of the
The vanity.
Yep.
There's also various different perfumes and jewelry and such as well. You pop open the music box and the ballerina inside pops out and begins spinning and begins to play a nice song, the same kind of song that just plucks various different pieces on a rotating thing of metal, and you know how it works. And inside the box is a letter.
I read it and I put the music box in my bag.
The letter reads, My dearest Glendowen, I hope this letter finds you well, and I wish earnestly that this music box brings you joy, such as how your very presence in my life brings me mine. You're the key to my heart, my love.
I look at the heart and any music box indentation.
The hearts are more just a decorative thing, just here and there. And the only thing that really strikes you is out of the ordinary is the large portrait of her that seems to be the centerpiece of this room.
Brenna, would you like to investigate the portrait?
Sure.
You were doing so good with the portrait before. Keep
Yeah, Brandon will go and lift it off the wall.
As you lift it off the wall, there is a safe behind it with a combination lock.
Hey, Umbrian, I think you might be able to deal with this thing. Remember that very first thing we did, where you cracked the safe in like a hot sec.
I do. Thank you. I do remember. Yeah, I'll go ahead. I'll check out that safe. Does it look like it's openable by thieves' tools?
Yeah, so go ahead and roll me an intelligence or dexterity check and add your thieves' tool proficiency.
24.
Yeah, it takes you not long at all. You press your ear against it, kind of built to hear the intricacies of mechanisms and such. And you hear the click, and the click, and the safe pops open. And inside seems to be a codex device with 9 circular turning mechanisms on its surface. Sort of like from the Da Vinci Code at the end, where it's just, yeah. But not as fragile.
Rexel, what can you make of this?
I mean, I have Identify ready. I could try and do something with it. But just looking at the physical machinations of it, does it appear to be functional? Does it appear to be like, how does it work? What does it? What's its deal?
It appears to have 9 turnable mechanisms, and each of these rings has every letter of the alphabet.
Okay.
And
What
there
does the-
seems
what
to
was-
be arrows pointing at one. Like if you were to draw a line across, it seems as though it's
What was the name of the person on the letter?
Glendowyn. So Glendowyn.
as you spell it
9
out
letters?
on this codex, and that exact spelling that you just said, the end pops open.
Hey,
Oh.
lucky.
Look at that! High five, Brenna! Nice.
And
See, you're cut out for this.
if you were to tilt it to the side, there is another key with a heart.
Oh,
on that.
jeez. Key to my heart. There, this is good. Takes it out.
In the back of your mind, Kanari,
Mm-hmm.
you are picturing your mom just like big eyes, like Kanari, make your move, make your move, make your move.
Drexel pauses dramatically.
The key, something glints off of the key as it just like ding. He looks up at it reverently. Yeah. So yeah, there's a key.
Kanari just sits there with her sandwich and looks at Moxie and looks at Frexel and just is like,
I mean, Rexel, you might want to keep that codex. You might be able to, engineer a different passcode.
Yeah.
Could be helpful later.
Yeah. This is definitely worth holding on to. So wait, so there was a key and something on the end of the key, or is this a different object?
It's a key. It's just like the end of the key is a heart.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. For style.
Gotcha. All right. Well,
Key
we've
to
got...
my heart. While Umbren was investigating statues, did he notice any with keyholes in their heart?
You were looking particularly at the ears, so
Yeah, but the heart's on the front of the body. When you approach a statue, you gotta look there first, too.
yeah. I mean, roll me a history check.
I mean, if it's
Not fantastic. That's a 10.
You think you remember something standing out on one of the statues, but you can't really remember which. Now, if you had the keen mind feat,
I do not have the keen mind feat. It would be a wasted feat for Umbren. That's not combat.
I wonder if it's like I mean, in my mom's books, it's always like lovers meeting in the garden at night or something like that. Maybe it's something like that. I mean,
Sure.
can Kanari look out the window into the garden and see if there's like a hedge like formed into a heart or something?
there were no shapes like that looking when you walked in here, and as you look out, there doesn't appear to be any sort of shapes or anything.
Were all of the statues that we saw earlier of the guy of Glendowyn, or were there any of...
It was all of this nobleman.
Okay.
Well, he said the key to my heart. I would assume it would be on one of his statues.
Well, let's just go look then.
Yeah.
I'll point everyone to the statues that I had seen previously because I, can't really.
Start.
Yeah,
Which one would you
blended.
like to start with?
Probably start with the foyer, yeah?
Yeah.
All right. So once you get to that statue, go ahead and roll me an investigation check.
Natural 20 plus 5.
As
That's
you're looking,
what I want to use it on.
you go to the statue's heart where there's a pocket along the where everything would be, and you're checking. You think that this pocket, you can press it in.
Last time I pressed in a pocket, the whole house came down. 1 second. 15, is it trapped?
It is not, as far as you're aware.
Okay. I press it.
You press it, and then it kind of pops out. It's and then it seems like you can slide it, like on a swivel.
I slide it on its swivel.
And then as you open it up, holding it there's a keyhole right where his heart should be.
All right, hopefully this is the end of the puzzle. I'm getting bored.
It is kind of sweet if you think about it. I mean, he made a scavenger hunt for his beloved.
Yes, and where are they now?
Oh,
I don't know, but they kept a well-stocked fridge.
That was a pretty dang good sandwich.
Think.
Wow. I have been with my mom for too long, I guess.
As you insert the key and you turn it, the statue that you're on actually starts raising up a little bit. And it doesn't raise up much because at the base of the statue there's a little compartment, a heart-shaped box.
Well, Miss Sappy Love Stories, would you like to open the heart box?
Absolutely. You know what? Okay, I don't agree with my mom's decisions in all the books that she reads, but you know what? Every now and then you find a really good, gem. And Kanari will, reach down and, pick up the box and open it up.
When you open up the box, it appears to be a variety of different chocolates. And then right in the center, there are 2 vials.
oh.
Oh, they're poison.
The vials appear to be reddish, pinkish.
Identical.
Bubbly. Yes, identical.
If we feel we have the time, Vrexel will sit down and identify both of them.
Bubbly like a drink would be bubbly?
But they're potions.
And
Vials of liquids are typically potions of some sort.
behind you, you hear a sudden noise towards the
familiar do.
yes, it is at the where the door that brought you into the mansion. There are now 2 doors. One that leads back to the haunted lands to exit where you just entered, and the other one heads back to the checkpoint.
Hey.
Ooh, we should go to the checkpoint just because we don't know if we can actually sleep at the Tiamat temple. And we'll just leave first thing in the morning, right? We'll just...
And that saves us time, right? Is there time dilation between the checkpoint and the...
No, it
That's
would be more comfortable. We could restock on supplies.
We might be able to talk to people about the contract since we'll
The
be
temple
there in the
might
morning.
be full of acid at the
Yeah.
moment. That's
So-
another thing to think about.
There's one more thing that you see. At the top of the 3rd floor balcony, you see 2 spectral figures. Familiar. The nobleman and his lover. They grab hands. They look at all of you. They wave. They kiss, and then they just walk through the double doors at the top of the stairs. And as you do that, everything changes. The mansion around you, the statue seems to be missing its head. The different tapestries and such are tattered. The floor cracks. The wood sort of rotting away, and the sandwiches in your hands, moldy.
It's already gone. I already ate the whole thing.
Anything else that you had, just completely just rancid.
What about the bottle of wine that I have in my bag?
Wine just gets better with age.
Alright, I take out the music box. Is the music box still intact?
It is broken, withered. Just
So hold
tossed
on-
it aside and
Hold on to that, Umber, and I might be able to fix it up for you.
And now I need the
I walk
girls
back over to the
to
floor and I pick it up.
each roll me Constitution saving throws.
Do we want to go back to the wine cellar and take all of it in the bag of holding and sell it when we get back to the checkpoint?
Yes.
Ooh,
Let's do that.
These are
I
the rolls
rolled
that I'm
a-
about.
I rolled a
Well-
19.
You feel queasy, but
Oh, jeez.
you're fine. You hold it down.
I have advantage because I'm assuming poison.
It is a poison effect, yes.
But I only rolled an 8 and a 5, so
Oh.
15.
You wretch. You turn to the side. It suddenly hits you, and you just like everything that you just consumed comes right back up, and you are now
Sorry.
poisoned for the next 24 hours because you
Ooh,
now have
yikes.
food poisoning.
Oh,
Ooh.
can I like re roll at any point?
Let's say at the end of a long rest. Let's see if you can sleep it off.
And actually rest. I rolled a 21, so.
You're fine. Brayna's the only one that actually caught the food poisoning. The bug.
Is the
Hilary, I
little
think you put in a piece of bad meat.
I'm sorry. It was nice before.
If you were to look outside, all the hedges were like now just like barren, and the grass is all green, and the gate rusty and everything.
How many bottles of wine can we salvage from the cellar?
Depends on how much space is left in the bag of holding.
let's see. In the bag of holding.
Oh, the
is-
chocolates are fine.
Sweet.
Honestly, there's not a whole lot in the bag right now.
So 500 pounds of wine.
Yeah, there are Rexel's rations are in there, so that takes up a decent chunk of the weight. But honestly,
Each bottle of wine weighs 3 pounds. Do the math.
But you can get 100 of them for.
yeah, roughly.
Yeah.
Bottles of wine.
We just make a line and we just keep handing them.
Yeah, exactly. I want to get as much money out of this place as I can.
Brayna's like, oh.
Okay, well,
Okay.
we let
Maybe
Brina
you
sit
sit
down and the
down.
rest of us
Yeah.
do this line to the bag of holding.
But I can carry so much
No,
more than
it's
you
fine.
guys.
It's fine. It's
No. Please don't retch again. You almost got it on my feet.
How long did we like? Wine gets better with age, like to a point, and then it's like
And then it's vinegar, so someone will still want it.
that's fair.
Listen, people don't need to know that. We just have to get back to Cladulius and just have him take
Show it
all
off, like
Yeah.
Old wine.
He'll
Old
buy
people
it.
drink it. Probably. We could just lie and say it's someone famous is.
Did the
Yeah.
little locking scroll tube case looking thing, did that break in the time shift?
I dissociated for a minute. What did you say?
The little locking password protected scroll tube case thing. Did that
The, like,
break
cipher?
when the yeah.
That's still fine. It's still a little cipher cryptics that has the password for Gwendolyn. So you think that you could use that to keep things within it?
Rexel, how many rations do you have?
24.
Ooh. I'll do the math for how many bottles of wine you get.
It's like 100-ish.
Yeah, I want to know exactly how much money Dev's going to give us, though.
Ah, I see.
Oh, I guess wine does have a pretty limited shelf life.
Yeah, so it's like a couple. I mean, it can be like a couple decades if you do it really well. But
Mhm.
is the little scroll case thing? Does it have like a reset mechanism to reset the password?
Really, if you just put it back on and then change thumb up, then it'll, yeah. But there's doesn't appear to be something that will actually let you change the password.
Rexel is going to investigate this in the future. Because McPuffet is 9 letters, people.
But then
Yes.
that will be so easy to break open.
Yeah, it's like, is that a good password though? When that's your last name.
This is God telling you.
It'll just be like spelled wrong slightly.
It's
Make
like
that
when you go to
stuff
check
it.
your sibling's phone, but it's locked, and you're like, what if I just put your birthday in?
Who has the vials?
I would. I put the box of chocolates in my inventory already.
If you did investigate them a little bit closer, like look a little bit closer, you would see that there's a bubble shaped like a heart that's floating around inside.
Oh, maybe love potions.
Commonly
At some-
referred to as filters of love.
Okay. I'd say at some point Rexel would do an identify on both of those pretty quickly.
Mhm.
So we're going back to the checkpoint?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would
All
like
right.
to sleep, please.
So you head back to the checkpoint to take a long rest. When you go there, there is another team there. It is actually Team Giant.
Cool.
Wait, they were the ones that were there earlier, too, right?
Were they?
Empyrean,
Were
and Empyrean, Phoenix,
Leviathan.
Leviathan.
Yeah, that was the one that came.
Oh yeah,
after.
Leviathan. Leviathan is still there since it was the kind of the same day, because this was the same day that you had left the checkpoint.
We have returned.
Leviathan isn't in the bar, but Team Giant is, and they kind of each raise their drinks. Yeah.
And Brandon will go. I'm gonna go lay down.
And that's where we're gonna end it for tonight. Congrats, you killed the Froghemoth. You got to the Temple of Tiamat, got the soul coin, and you managed to complete the scavenger hunt of love.
That was a cute one. I liked it.
Yeah. And
Not
now
all of
we
them are
can-
deadly.
I liked it. It was nice.
Aww.
Look, I got a really
Poor thing.
tasty sandwich out of it, and since I didn't taste any of the mold, I don't care.
Yeah, you wouldn't have tasted it until after, but since
It
you already
was
downed it, you're
A
good.
little checkpoint right before the checkpoint.
Ready to eat some real non-moldy food and party with some giants.
Ooh.
So I have to remember to make my 2 healing potions tonight, and I think read the book, Lady. Did I read the book Lady Argent gave me before?
Not yet.
Not yet. All right, and read the book Lady Argent gave me, and then call Lady Argent in the morning.
Oh yeah, I should definitely try to call Hawk, but he probably won't have any information. But
So that's it for today, everybody. Thank you for joining us. And in terms of announcements, make sure to tune in on Friday for After the Fall.
Also, I have my normal one. Follow
And
me
you have
on
your
my
Personal
channel. Yeah, and also I want to thank everyone for the support that I got during the DM challenge. I did end up getting out in 4th place, which I feel like is not too bad.
No.
But yeah, I don't know if you guys watched the announcement video, but the top 3 don't get to use their stuff for the final challenge. They have to use a random from one of the other people. And I was like, oh dang, I would have been terrible at that. So perhaps it's best that I got out in 4th place.
But also, I declare sexism.
But hey, 4th out
join
of
us
like.
in angrily writing to the contest.
yeah, 4th out of everything is great.
I was gonna say the
Yeah,
hundreds and
yeah.
hundreds
Out of
and
everyone.
hundreds of people that probably like applied for it, and like
You know,
that's so.
Now
cool,
we got to
Melissa.
learn how to monetize your fame.
Or just let it be fun. Not everything has to be capitalism, Dev.
I'm
You
sick
yourself
Dev's
have
here
always
to get
said.
that bread.
Get that bread.
but at some point in the future, I will be running my stuff. Like on stream. We have to figure it out.
Oh yeah,
But I will be doing
Yeah.
it.
on
I
the
may have
the
on
new
my-
channel
on my-
or yours,
Um
whichever you want.
undetermined.
Doesn't matter. Yeah.
But if you want a sneak peek of what all my stuff was, I put a little thing on my Twitter for my on my @Braina3. Put a little what I did. Dev has seen them all, but
I'm not going to read it because I want to be surprised for when it
Yeah,
happens.
I want to play, so I'm gonna wait.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
No spoilers. Nobody at me on Twitter to tell me what happened.
At
Um,
Yuri.
Don't at
XOXO.
Yuri.
Yeah. So now that you have 2 filters of love, your mom will be writing a letter to you.
I know. Well, I was gonna talk to them anyway because I got to talk to my dad about those weird core eye tests and
Mhm.
all that fun stuff.
I wonder how
Just
much
tell
of
them-
that the checkpoints aren't broadcast, right? So they
Um,
wouldn't have seen that.
Aren't the
So the
checkpoints
checkpoints
broadcast
are
a little
still
bit?
broadcast. Your room isn't broadcast,
room
and you at the
and the-
Scryer mirror. is
That's right.
broadcast.
Yeah, and then the like in between spa checkpoint is not broadcast because like the time difference is so vast.
That
Yeah.
that's the one that I was thinking about the time dilation. That's
Mhm.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So 3 soul coins, 2 more to go. you're in a checkpoint which allows you to exit from any checkpoint that you've been to previously. So
So we
Yeah.
don't need to go back to Tiamat, but we still want to go to the circus.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's really the
Circus.
like weird part is that we want to go to the circus and then like we'll have to go down anyway, so it like didn't really save us time, but it's okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's better to sleep in a real bed than to sleep
Yeah.
on a temple floor where another team could
100%.
potentially bust in, or this dragon could potentially be all like, "Hey, alliance
Back.
is over. Here to eat you now."
Yeah. It's a good.
Cool.
I'm glad that we got a room to be able to go back to the checkpoint. So
Yeah. Alright.
yeah, well, I am going to say toodaloo to all of our viewers. Goodbye. Ryan, take us away.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Stay